in the house of the dragon, everything's in disarray. Rhaenyra and Lady Misery now kissing who thought they'd sway. No setup, no payoff, just for shocking display. They barbecued her main night after filling his head with worldly play. Everything's gone gay and lame, oh what a shame. Dragons used to roar, now they're just a flicker of flame. Damon's a sin for Alicent, caught in a dreamer's game. 5 episodes of bad dreams, everything's not the same. Damon used to fight for honor, now they're lost in the scene. Promises of power.
Yes, they are. They are lost in the scene, people. Welcome to a Spork of Ice and Fire. I am Scott. It is Monday night, the day after the episode, the finale of House of the Dragon. And maybe I can tell you, I don't think it's just the finale of the season. I think it's for the series, because that episode cemented how terrible this season went, where I actually think it may have ruined the series for me. There are so many moments I really love about, all right, season 1, a lot of moments I loved. Couple moments I didn't. Reverse that for season 2. There were a couple great moments. Tina and I were just talking about Alan and Corlys in this last episode, and him, finally like unloading on his, father about being a bastard and how he felt being raised, not having anything. That was a great scene, but everything else looked like this whole season was written by different writers every episode, and they were not allowed to talk to each other. They were not allowed to talk to each other. I don't know what you guys think, but if we're going to go around and give out of 10 as I introduce everybody, I will start this episode off with, I'll give it 3 flaming dragon turds. That's what I'll give it. 3 flaming dragon turds. It really pissed me off. And if you're new here, I'm sorry. If you're a huge fan, understand we're allowed to have different opinions, but this one destroyed me. Miss Martin Muses, welcome to the show. And what did you think? Where are you at?
I'm at a 1 out of 10 for the episode and a minus 20 for the series. It's done. It's Game of Thrones season 8. I've been saying that all season. I've been saying we are now on, Game of Thrones season 8, episode 1, 2, 3, and that's exactly what it is. And then they came out of the closet and they said, "We fooled you, suckers." Yep. That's exactly what this is. This is Game of Thrones.
Everything that Stig said. Like why the hell? And I would be like, in season 1, I would be like, why would you, like, they're not going to connect them. Yeah, they did the prophecy and that really pissed me off, but they're not going to try to connect themselves to that monstrosity of what happened in the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. And they were like waving their flag proud at the end of this episode. And we'll get into it, but it was disgusting. Teresa, I don't know what to think about it.
I think we think quite accurately about it. It sucks, and we told you so. I mean, we've been saying it.
Yeah.
The second I started seeing the interviews for this season, I knew something was terribly wrong, because I was very enthusiastic after I saw the first trailer for the season, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And then I was hearing really weird things coming out of Condell's mouth that made me go, we're in dangerous territory here. And when they messed up Blood and Cheese, I knew something was really off. And then it was just one thing after another, after another, after another. And then boom, Dany, yay, Dragon Mittler. She's the hope.
Yeah. What? And you know what they did was screwed up people. Okay. So, thank you. Grant, my buddy, today said to me, so is Daemon confused and thinks that Rhaenyra is Dany? And she'll bird these dragons. That's why. And I was like, no, dude, no. They threw it in to be like, remember this show? Remember this? You guys like that, right? We don't read any reviews. I think you guys like that show, right?
It was never.
Yeah, right.
It was definitely a weird one. I gave it 1 out of 4 YouTube cameos. So I had to throw the philosophy line in there with Philosophy Tube. Like, I mean, come on, just
that was so
why go meta with it? It was so dumb.
Yeah, they went real meta with that. Now that's the transgendered captain, right?
Yeah, the amalgamation of 2 different characters.
Yeah.
Which I mean, you guess you could call it a gender swap, but they never specified what it is in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's pretty obvious. I like the fact that he showed them with the blue beards and everything like that. You actually got some of the stuff like
That we wanted in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't get the purple eyes or anything, but like,
Yeah. But Tyroshi,
I think the episode started off good, but someone said something like they wish that the last episode was the actual end of the season.
Mhm.
And the more I think about it, I think that would have been a better ending.
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones, and because they're connected now, in my mind, Game of Thrones always had like the penultimate episode was like the big battle, and then like the last episode's kind of like the what happens after, right after the battle and looking forward. So I don't mind that, but they didn't even do that. There was no battle really, and this episode was just schizophrenic.
Yeah, well, usually the aftermath was just as good as the one beforehand, but for completely different reasons. Yeah, I mean, we had Alan yelling at his dad, and then
that was a good scene.
It was a good scene, but it was just there was nothing else to the episode, which was a shame for being the last episode that we're going to get in 2 years.
Yeah, I think it's 2 years.
I got a weird theory, and maybe I'm just coping, but
it's all a dream.
Do we know that it was definitely Emilia Clarke in that thing, or because it didn't look like her?
Well, it may not have been her, but that's what they were implying. That was
because the White Walkers look completely different.
They're
so I'm wondering
completely
if this is a, maybe I'm just hoping
hoping
this is a different that it's not directly connected.
Well, I mean, they showed Blood Raven differently.
Blood Raven with 2 eyes.
Yeah, and like the real Raven birthmark. Yeah. Are you saying they're showing us that to tell us we're going to redo Game of Thrones?
I think they're going to redo Game of Thrones in 10 years' time. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, anything's going to get done in 10 years' time, but I don't think that's what they were reaching for. I don't know.
No.
We'll get into it. But thank you, buddy. Bad Takes Bojans. What did you think of it?
I'd say for the first 45 minutes, I was like, okay, this is a solid 5 for me. And then I do the typical, okay, now I'm going to bump it up a point because the actors who did certain scenes were absolutely amazing. Love the Corlys Alan thing. I even like the scene between Daemon and Rhaenyra in front of the troops. And I even like that they did kind of a joke thing at the end, like "leave me again at your peril." I'm like, well, I tried, kind of thing. I thought that was kind of funny that they
have good chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then I had to subtract it down to like a 5.5 because I can't believe like the last 5 to 10 minutes was a freaking montage.
Yeah, I know.
That was exactly what I thought of. So that really
Isn't that what
me,
Grant said last week? Grant said that it was going to be a montage.
Yeah, I mixed up the very last shot because I was told the very last shot was going to be Darren riding in, and it was the second last shot. So my apologies for getting that so wrong.
Yeah.
But I put my fixer hat on though right away. I'm like, okay, well, let me see. Now, if you take the whole season and you go, okay, let's take all of Daemon's scenes and put them in one episode, then it could be Daemon comes to Harrenhal and it's not so bad because he's freaked out by certain things. He's obviously having a crisis of conscience. What does he want versus what's the best for the realm? Does he really care about Rhaenyra or did he just want to possess her? All of that. I'm like, that would have been a cool one episode.
Yeah.
For Daemon. So then
with this ending, you're saying with Daemon in the final episode too?
Yes.
Oh, you're completely and utterly wrong. Did you not see what they did to Daemon? You not see what they did to him? This whole season, they neutered him. Okay, and at first, I'll go with you. Okay, it's a redemption thing. He's learning. He's learning about himself. He's learning, like that episode with him saying, "I wasn't there when you needed me to be there, my brother." All that stuff. Oh Jesus, you can bring her in, please. There she is. Hi, Christy.
No, I didn't touch anything, I swear.
No. I think it was Grant and I. But like, so the whole thing is, he is jealous of his wife because we go back from last season that her father told her something he didn't tell him about the prophecy. He gets mad, leaves for Harrenhal. He's going to go there, be the conqueror. He's going to build an army. Most likely it's going to be for May. And that this whole time he's learning about himself, how petty he's been, how much he just desires something to be needed, to be the number one, all this stuff when everything he needed was already there in his life, And then we get to the very end and it's a freaking prophecy. He puts his hand on the weirwood and nothing before that matters because he's like, oh, it's a prophecy. I'm just going to follow what it says. That's pretty much what it was. It wasn't him making the decision, I'm going to better myself. It was like, it took that many episodes for Rivers to be like, you're worthy enough now. He puts his hand on it and it's literally, he just bends his knee to a prophecy.
Well,
I took
this
it
is
more
the thing
as
that
in this is what really happened. Rhaenyra wasn't crazy. This wasn't a stupid story that Viserys told her, and this is huge. It's going to impact the future, and this is what we're truly fighting for. And then that's how it he completed the circle. Totally understand the fact. Like I said, I should have been all smashed into one episode.
Yeah.
Because that should have happened earlier in the season, because we should have had Daemon come in, kick some butt. This should have happened before the burning mill, whatever. He should have come in and So
I'm just
the fact
saying,
that they
like,
broke it apart the whole season,
they
is
ruined
an
it.
issue.
Yeah, but he's a frigging Targaryen who doesn't follow the old gods, but the old gods decided to give him a vision. And then somehow, and I tried to figure this out in my brain.
You're misinterpreting it all. That's got nothing to do with the old gods. We literally saw what happened in there. Who's behind it all? It's all Helaena.
Well, I tried to believe that Helaena tapped into her familiar bond with Daemon and she just was a part. Like, I couldn't figure that out because they made that she gave him the vision through a weirwood.
She whispered to him, and she did it in real time. And not only that, the moment that she did it, she was a completely different person again. And also for some weird, completely new. And also for some weird, I think she's been walked into or something. I don't know. Who knows? But not only that, she strangely enough looked like she was the oldest kid. Like she looked older as well. There was something like that was completely different about her.
She had a presence about her.
100%. And the fact of the matter is that she was saying it and doing it in real time means that she's actually in control of it. That she's not. These aren't dreams. No, because dreams
more than
they're not a shared thing. That's what I'm saying. There's something else with it. Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing.
I did kind of think Aemon was going to throw her off the building.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to give her that death.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. That was one of the coolest lines in the show. But the idea that she was connected. The only way I could see it is Daemon had, is her and Alicent Rivers have some connection? Like, are they, no, because what it was somehow when he was having this vision.
We still haven't seen Rivers with anyone but Daemon. We've heard of a mention of her from Simon once. But we don't even know if that was even real.
Dude, they're not that clever. I don't think they are. Sarah Hess is a terrible writer. She's the one that brought Rhaenyra through the floor and thought it would be awesome to see that. Rhaenys through the dragon pit floor. She thought it would be awesome to see that. She hates Daemon. I have a quote from her. I went into a deep dive about her because I'm like, who ruined this? Who ruined this show? And I thought when Miguel and his wife left, I was like, oh, maybe they were the bad seeds. No, it wasn't Miguel. He was probably trying to save this show, and it was all her. So her quote is, House of the Dragon writer and producer Sarah Hess echoed these statements saying, he's become internet boyfriend in a way, she's talking about Daemon, that baffles me. Not that Matt isn't incredibly charismatic and wonderful, and he's incredible in the role, but Daemon himself is, I don't want him to be my boyfriend. I am a little baffled how they're all, oh, daddy. And I'm just like, really? How, in what way was he a good partner, father or brother to anybody? You got me. He ain't Paul Rudd. I really believe she went into this season to neuter him, and she did. And everything that built up to him touching that rearwood, he just fell in line with the prophecy he got. So they could have showed that to him the first episode, he would have fell in line. But for some reason, they wanted to beat him down, make him admit he's the patriarchy, and then cement that he is behind Rhaenyra. It was like the most literal and like in your face, we're taking down the patriarchy moment I've seen in a show. I don't even know when last.
But she didn't take down the patriarchy. She killed a bunch of mothers.
No, they took down Daemon. They took down Daemon, who is the patriarch. Not anybody. The writer did. Teresa, you were going to say something?
Right.
Well, I was going to add to that. Remember, Ryan Condal also said something very similar, like he doesn't understand why people like Daemon. And he's the showrunner. So while Sarah Hess is part of it, she is part of it.
Yes.
The buck stops with the showrunner. The showrunner could have gone, nah, we're not going to do this. Both of them have expressed, I think, a little bit of confusion, which is not rocket science, that why people are liking Daemon. And when we say we like Daemon, we don't like him. We know he's a horrible person.
We like
he's a great anti-hero. And they're jealous almost of the fact that people are talking about Daemon or Viserys and they're not talking about Rhaenyra and Alicent, or at least not as much. So they had to do everything they could to take away everything that Daemon was supposed to be doing this season, which also would have made people go, wow, Daemon, and just cuck him and then turn him into a deus ex machina.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
The tree into the deus ex machina for him.
That's it.
Yeah.
Christy, what's going on? What did you think of the episode?
I mean, going into it, I laughed. I just I didn't even watch it last night. Because I'd seen the leaks already, and I was like, they're not going to go in the direction I think they're going. They can't know.
Right.
They proved me wrong last night.
Terribly. It was terrible.
I mean, it was so underwhelming.
Yeah.
I just we got to see Darren's dragon. I forget
from afar.
I forget what that dragon's name is.
Tessarion.
Oh, right. Okay.
We call her Big Tess.
Big Tess. Okay.
Yeah.
So would it have been this bad if there were 2 more episodes left?
It's not even about that. It's not even about even the episodes themselves. Is what we should have seen throughout the season. Somewhat we saw in this one fucking episode with everybody getting together.
Yeah, and what bothers me too is episode to episode characters change. You have Rhaenyra in the Red Sewing, easily just feed 100 people to her dragons, and glad she got 2 riders out of it. But then this episode, she's like the whole thing is she does this horrible atrocity to get dragon riders, and then it's like, well, I thought it would turn them away, and now they burned one of the cities. I don't really want to fight. It's like, dude, stop making these women look weak. They look weak. And then they do this meta thing where at the end where Alicent, you'll be remembered as this tyrant and this horrible, woman. And she's like, I don't care how they remember me, because you're not going to be remembered. What we know in the book is nothing. This book should be burned, Fire and Blood, because he got nothing right. The writer, Gildane, I think it is, or whoever the Archmaester is, he got nothing right. All the characters, he knew nothing. He needs to do better research, because Alicent is nothing like she is in the book. Rhaenyra is nothing like she is in the book. Your 3 main characters really were Daemon, Alicent, and Rhaenyra. And those 3, they dropped the ball on this season so bad, where you had really good acting and with Aegon, the actor for Aegon, he played that role great. What they gave the girl that plays Helaena, she did a great job playing a stumbling, bumbling idiot for a season and a half, and then becomes a mastermind.
In the last episode,
She looked gorgeous.
So ethereal in the last episode. I mean, I thought that was
It's dumb.
amazing.
What happened to her son? Oh yeah, he got killed. We never talked about it again. We're all over it.
So is it a revenge thing against Daemon, or is she doing this to get Aemon? Is she setting Daemon on a path to kill Aemon? Is that what we're going with here?
No. Because it's almost like she is a seer of the future, and there is no such thing as, she explains to us, free will. No matter what you do, your history is going to happen. So what's the point? Like, that's literally what she says to Aemon. Like, what happens if I kill you here right now? Nothing will change. Like, there's no free will in this world. You think George wanted to hear that? Oh my God.
No, it's totally antithetical to everything George R.R. Martin has ever written about.
Yep.
Love him
And
or
also
hate him, that's what he does. That is what he
This
does.
is going to hurt Blood and Fire. Because it basically just said, well, your previous book means nothing. And now, oh, by the way, I want to actually tell you this is the real story again. Like,
yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the real story. Like, is that what he's going to have to do? Like, because I know we divide him. We divide him between, this is show, no longer book canon. It's show canon. But they're not even.
But it's not even about that. I hate to interrupt you. But
Yeah,
it's not about that. If you inside the episode, they talk about when it gets to the part where they talk about the White Walkers and the prophecy and stuff like that, and I'm paraphrasing here, but tying it in with Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What is the point of tying that in with Game of Thrones when in the end Daenerys did not matter?
Right.
That's it. There was no point in that whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. It's so dumb.
Or if they think it is, I'm not seeing it.
Right.
But that's how the audience is going to see it.
Right.
So did Daemon see that that Arya was the prince that was promised?
No. Well, he might have. They just didn't show it to us.
There you go.
They just didn't show it to us.
Out of their butt. Oh, well, what a disaster. That's just all there is to it. Maybe they're trolling us. Maybe this is the greatest troll ever, because everyone knows that Game of Thrones was the worst thing on the planet, the ending. And then they're like, ha, 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 you thought you liked this show? Well, we're going to make it suck. It's like this big, long humiliation ritual on the planet, including the actors.
Yeah.
Like, look, we're going to make fun of Matt Smith the same way that Ryan, round face, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Johnson, Mark Hamill. Let's just humiliate the actor. They did that to Tyler.
They did the same thing with Dexter. Dexter was panned as one of the worst endings ever. They brought it back to make an even worse ending.
Yes. Mike has bad knees. I literally had no emotion at all by the end of this episode. I'm glad you didn't, because I wish I didn't. I was like angry, but I was angry in a laughing way. Like, they got me again. They got me again. After season 1, I went into season 1 ready to dislike it. And I was like, wow, I really like this. But we even said, I think early on, we were like, usually that first season's great. And then, the whole executives get involved in this and that. And I swear, I really thought Miguel Sapochnik and his wife leaving was a good thing. I'm starting to think they left because they saw the direction it was going in and couldn't agree on it.
Yep. Also, we got confirmation Sunfire is dead.
Yeah, I know. Dude,
he believes
it's dead. He believes it's dead.
Aegon doesn't know, and I'm not sure that Aemon would tell him otherwise.
No. When Teresa was talking about, Teresa had a stream earlier, and I said
check it out, guys.
Same damn thing. It does not matter if Aegon says he's dead and other people are like, we're not so sure. He said Aegon, Sunfire's dragon rider, said he was dead, and you're telling me with Kristen, with Aemon, with quote unquote the others didn't see that he was dead too. Me, he's just dead. But honestly, next season or season 4, whenever, you just never know.
Right.
But in my mind, that
He would know
dead.
his own dragon. He's dead.
He's dead. Exactly. That's my point.
Oh, because he would feel the connection lost or something?
I didn't even know about. Well, I didn't even know about that. But you see the scene before he goes to Rook's Rest, and you just see him like they bring Sunfire out from the dragon pit, and Aegon just has this big ass smile, like that is his one thing.
That's his puppy.
That is his
one true
unconditional love, basically, in my opinion. And you mean to tell me he's not gonna know if his dragon is dead or not? His dragon is dead. You watch. 2 years from now, I'm going to be proven completely wrong.
Well, and if you know, Christy, I pushed back a little bit on you about that I still actually think that they are going to have he's a live surprise. And we know that there's a lot of dragon lore, but as George R. R. Martin has told us, they aren't using dragon lore. They aren't using his dragon lore on this TV show. So I wouldn't be surprised for them to say, surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, well, they're not even using human biology either. You have Rhaenys, right? Rhaenys, the sister, Bela and Rhaena. That girl, the way she drank water from the stream made it seem like she has been wandering for days, maybe even a week and 2 weeks.
That's
with no
what
food.
they're trying to go with. Or she's just a very thirsty girl.
Yeah, no food, no shelter, on the top of the mountains of the Vale. This girl has been wandering looking for a dragon. Do
you think that the Vale gets cold overnight?
No.
Being so high, no.
There's no wind. No wind or anything. Cold. What's that, Tina? Tina.
They showed her being cold.
Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. No, it's okay. It was probably a bad take anyways. Ba-ba-bing! Yeah. So, I don't like, okay. The Thailand, right? Thailand one is a funny scene. It's nice to get a little humor, blah, 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 but it went on too long. Why didn't we get earlier in the season more of the North with Jace? Why didn't we, why didn't they fill out some of the main characters or even some of the side characters so we have any feeling for them? It's just, they spend so much time going back and forth with what they wanted characters to be acting like. Like 1 week they're a vicious fight, wanting to fight, and the next week they just want peace. 1 week their child dies, the next week they don't care. I mean, I still don't feel like Alicent, there's no remorse for her being in bed with Cole and her grandson getting murdered. There's no remorse with her pretty much punking out her son Aegon so he gets on a dragon, flies and almost dies, gets burnt in half. His penis blows up like a sausage on the fire. Can't
even piss properly, just runs down my leg.
It runs down his leg. That's called a vagina. He doesn't, there's nothing. It's just she's tired. She doesn't want this anymore. And yeah, you can kill my son, whatever. Just let me and my daughter go. You have someone like Lars, who last season had this, and up until maybe like mid this season, had this infatuation about Alicent. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, he's crippled. Aegon, I got to help him. The character completely flips and now wants to save Aegon so he can come back and fight another day. I mean, these characters are just, there's no growth. They just change.
It happens off screen. Like, people lose their hair and they become a different person. People gain their hair and they become a spoiled brat. I mean, that's how it happens. And also, to go to the point why we didn't see anything about Cregan, it's because they knew straight off the bat the guy had such a presence that people would want to see more of him, and they cannot take it away from the main characters. Plain and simple.
Yeah, same reason they don't have Nettles. But I didn't mind what they've done with Larys, because I actually think they have been consistent with him, because they did show that he was all into manipulating Alicent and stuff until Alicent lost her power. She lost influence. So what did he do next? He moved on to Aegon. I think that was very consistent with his character.
Okay.
Agreed.
But it was more, okay, maybe the masturbation and all that stuff was like a power thing. It just seemed like he was infatuated with her. It wasn't about power. It was like he wanted to dominate her. He wanted her to be his, but maybe I'm wrong on that. You have a valid point.
I just feel like,
though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Larys and
No, we
Aegon
gotta
are
defend.
the only two good things. And Tyland, I love Tyland Lannister because
He
we
was
know
great.
how he ended up. But they,
Yes.
of course, what did they do with him? They had to put him through a humiliation ritual in this
Right.
episode.
Cuck him. Yep.
Make him sing off key and
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off at that scene because we as an audience, when he was grimacing, I was grimacing too. And then he says, okay, I'm going to go to bed now. And then you see this look of relief on his face. And then I forget who the person is, but
Sharako Lohar. Well, not really Sharako Lohar.
Right.
Whatever the character's name is, and then asks him something, and he goes, "What the hell do these people want me to do now?
Yeah.
I just want to go to bed."
Yeah, he did. His acting was great. Again, we said it earlier. The actors, what they're given, did a great job. But I'm sick of saying that. I'm sick of that's what we have to focus on for the positive. And there'll be people.
Oh, we also like the sets.
Yeah. Yeah, the sets too. The sets are beautiful. Even though the first set, when that monkey comes running in, the back looks like a Gilligan's Island scene. The CGI was terrible. It was like sand and then fake. It was I don't know. It was so weird. But it was just, I don't know. There's just there was so much in this that it was like this whole season was prepping for season 3. It was almost like they didn't know what to do because they were like, oh my God, people like this.
Well, remember, it was supposed to be 3 seasons, so they're treating the first season with reverence like you do your oldest child, and then this is the middle child season. So this is despair, and then you got the younger one, the one that you put all the care and love into.
Yeah. I don't know. Tina, defend. Go ahead. Defend.
No, it's okay.
No,
I'm still working it in my head.
Yeah, you are really breaking up. Is it just me or is?
No, it is. Yeah, I don't know.
No, she's breaking up a little bit.
You might want to restart because you're crackling really bad.
Or say exterminate.
Exterminate. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that would be awesome, actually. But I mean, do we want to talk about not Sharako Lohar?
Yeah, go ahead, please. Let's go with this.
Well, first of all, a complete disgrace. I mean, Sharako Lohar is an admiral, a man, and they gender swapped it. I don't want to get into the whole trans part because
is it a gender swap? I'm very confused.
I don't know. You see, that's what I'm saying. So I'm really confused by it all. But it does look like that they did take Roncalio Rondune, rather, some pirate that's going to do stuff completely unrelated to this and give this character those characteristics. So once again, anyone that says, when I say anyone, I mean powers that be, oh, this is the real version. It's like, no, this is not the real version. Just shut up. It's ridiculous. But yes, there was that character, this pirate, who had the characteristics of what we saw on the TV show last night, who had several wives and would make other people, screw them, etc. But how do I say this? This is a really powerful admiral who's going to be doing things in the Battle of the Gullet. And look what they did. So you see, I think that they are not serious. Gender swapping is really weird. It doesn't work. The only time I think it's ever worked correctly was in the Battlestar Galactica with Starbuck, but that was a whole other different circumstance. But they gender swapped a great admiral, and so it's like, okay, congratulations, and then they've made it a fool, and are we just going to get more of this? Again, it's like, I keep saying humiliation ritual, but that's what this is.
But did you also notice
through a humiliation ritual?
Right.
Well, they also, about your point about them not taking things seriously, did you also notice that the transition between the two scenes was this character smiling and then Vhagar roaring at the exact same time?
Yeah. It was
with
the fire still. Yeah. And you know what kills me too is when I first saw the character walking in, it was kind of blurry a bit or hard to see her. And I actually thought it was the original actor that was
me too. That's who I thought it was. Yeah.
Okay, you thought it was, what's his name?
Me too. I did.
Okay. The one that is with Danny and they switch characters. Daharis, what's his name?
Dario Naharis. Or...
Yeah,
Dario
Dario
Naharis.
Naharis. I thought that's who they had. I was like, oh wow, that's a cool one. And then it turned out to be a trans person. Yeah.
I love the look on his face. He's just like, what the f are you?
Does she have a cock? That's what he's like.
That's where he's looking.
Yeah.
So,
it's like,
but
what?
yeah, there's that. Like they literally do the scene, like and it crosses straight into this one as she smiles. I'm just like, that was a really weird choice of editing.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say, I have something to say. Yes, she was born a woman, the Olympic fighter, but she had way more testosterone than anybody fighting. So there should be a limit. Imagine if you can, a GERM Kickstarter campaign, Secrets of Westeros, exclusive, limited, special edition, starting price $200, $500 for autograph, $750 for autograph plus trading card, 1 of 12. Yeah. I mean, we have to imagine because I don't think we are getting Winds of Winter. What am I talking about? Yeah, this scene, dude. What? Like, and then their response is like nothing.
We were all wrong on our predictions of what this was too.
Yeah, what did we? I thought it was King's Landing. Didn't somebody else say Dragonstone or something like that?
What
like
is it?
It was that seaport.
Nothing.
What is it called?
Point.
Something.
Is it in the Riverlands?
No, it's right next to that's the gullet right there where the water is.
Yeah.
Well, our problem is that we keep trying to make sense of this.
Why is Aemon near the gullet?
Sharp point.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's like right.
Because he's angry.
Yeah, and then even his mom, you act out like a spoiled brat when you're angry. You were embarrassed, so you went and burned a whole town of people. And then you have Rhaenyra, like, I don't want to burn any towns. You are not Maegor with teats. I'm sorry. You are a shout. Like, first of all, and I'm going to say she is beautiful as Rhaenyra. Like those little crooked smiles she gives. She's a beautiful woman. But Rhaenyra's supposed to be a mean mofo.
What I think they're gonna do is all that's gonna happen off screen in between episode 1 and 2, because we know that they've moved the Gullet Battle to the first episode. Well, we assume from the first one, but then there's gonna be a time jump, and then all the development, everything will happen will be done then, and then it'll be us for 5 episodes learning these characters all over again.
Yeah.
Wait, why would you do a time jump after the gullet? Because
if you time jump, it's over. Like,
yeah, because we had the gullet, Red Fork almost at the same time. Then we've got the taking of King's Landing. That all happens, and then we've only got 6 months left. What would the time jump be?
Well, I don't think they're following the time anymore.
They'll make it years to age up.
They're gonna
have to
fuck it up
because of
somehow.
the ages of them. Like you've got to understand that by the time that the people that are acting in it, it's going to be 3 years since they were filming anything. 3.5 years. So
welcome back. All right, Tina.
They can't age them up.
Beginning of 2022. That's the thing. So I mean, you saw how much of a difference it was, how much of a contrast it was between the same day between end of season 1 and beginning of season 2. No one looked the same.
No one. Yeah. It's just it's so weird.
But there's nothing that they need to age up though, because they're going to keep the little kids. They're going to keep them little. They're giving all that stuff to Rhaena. They're going to keep them little, and they're just going to have Joffrey. They're not even going to have Joffrey do what he's going to do. They're going to leave him over in the Vale.
Do you think they're still going to have?
He's not in the Vale though.
No, didn't they send Joffrey with them over
he's going
to
Pentos?
No, Joffrey is in the Vale. He didn't leave. Viserys and Aegon left.
Yeah, they're not going to show us that stuff.
No.
I'm starting to think they're not even going to show us most of what happens with Rhaena when she's the queen of Queen's Landing. They're going to just King's Landing rather. They're just going to change the whole thing.
I hope.
But I'm saying they're not going. They can't age them up
won't.
because they're just giving it all to Rhaena and the other characters. Yeah. And they're going to pull it out of their butt that Joffrey will be there. Spoiler alert for that moment, if they even do it now, when Rhaenyra becomes a snack.
Real quick, Brian, Tywin, this is Tywin Lannister. Tywin is his like great grandson, somewhere around there. He's like,
no, it's not.
No, he's not the great grandson. I'm sorry, but he's like a great uncle.
Tywin has no children.
Right, he's a great uncle then, like something like that. Because
Yeah,
he
might actually, he might now.
Father.
Yeah, his twin Jason Lannister is the bloodline. But yeah, it's Tywin Lannister. That guy does a great job doing both the roles. So yeah, we get to this scene. We got Aegon, Lucent. Am I saying that right? No, Lucid. With the Maester telling him he's a good man, the Maester and stuff, where the Maester's just following whatever orders the scariest person tells him. That's the best part. Like he does exactly what Aemon tells him until Larys tells him something different. I don't know.
Did he get him some rum or not?
I don't think that was rum. Did he? I thought he was already mixing something for him, and he just gave him that. I could be wrong.
Just spelling it right.
Yeah. So in this scene, it's Thailand.
Who I love.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Awesome after the Hour of the Wolf. But now we got the Maester. He leaves, and we get Lars in telling him, your brother's going to come and kill you because he was embarrassed, pretty much. And I'm sorry, I can't stop saying it. What they have done to Aemon is freaking wrong.
Yeah.
Like he defended his brother's claim. He was protector of the realm.
He refused to do it. Why would they write it otherwise? If this is the real thing, why would they change that specific part?
Well, I was listening to Sarah Hess. Now, this is going back to episode 5. She was on one of the Game of Thrones podcasts, and she was like explaining, I write like, kind of its old English version, kind of like, the poets and the writers back then, and with this book, it's different because there's not a lot of meat to it. There's not a lot of dialogue. So you got to really figure out, how do you think these people would act and do? But there is enough to tell us that Aegon wouldn't have done that. Aegon would not
because
have,
it specifically says
or
that
she could have done something.
Right.
Sorry, this
No.
came to me real quick.
Yeah.
Or they could have been like, "Oh, let's do a Henry the Seventh, or was it Henry the Seventh or Henry the Sixth, and like the two princes in the tower type thing."
Richard the Third.
Yeah.
Whatever the fucking name is.
Yeah,
I don't
Richard III. Good call.
I could just be blowing smoke up my ass, but I literally I was like, wait a minute, what does this remind me of?
Mm-hmm.
You get rid of Maelor, or you don't. Jaehaerys is gone. There's no Maelor, so it's Aemon.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
In the book, the way I know I keep saying in the book, but the reason why they had to get out, it wasn't because of Aemon. What happened was Rhaenyra was coming down. They were about ready to be conquered, and so they snuck him out so that it was Rhaenyra as the antagonist, but not Aemon.
Right.
So, but they have to. I sometimes feel like they are going out of their way to change everything from Blood and Cheese to Rook's Rest to even this, just because they want to make it different from George. It's like what the sequel people on Star Wars were doing to the original trilogy and to George Lucas. It's like, we're going to deliberately make it almost the same but different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's almost to the point where any little change that they do, they can go, well, this is now mine.
Right.
It's like they've never been an editor before, and they think, well, I edited the video, I own it all, it's all me. And also, this shot here is kind of weird because the more I look at it, the more I think he's looking at his feet.
Yeah, I think he is.
He is. Really quickly.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I want to answer what he just said. Did you see what Ryan Condal said about why they don't have nettles in? It almost is what you just said, Grant Gregory. They're already saying it. They're saying, well, this is our version of the objective truth of what happened in the Dance of the Dragons. Ryan Condal did. It was despicable.
Are you kidding
me
me? He did.
I'm not kidding you. Let me
If
find
you
it.
can find it, yeah, please do.
Yeah, I
Because
liked it here.
that-
Here it is. There were any. Well, it's about Rhaenyra. Sorry, Nettles.
Nope.
Blah blah blah. Please stay tuned, etc.
take your time.
etc. We're providing the television version of one objective truth of this history, and anyone who reads the book is free to interpret it however they want to. But there are a lot of paths to interpretation through this, and I think the Rhaena story, as we're seeing it unfold, is potentially one of those interesting interpretations that we have to offer. And I would just say that we don't do any of this stuff lightly.
Are you effing kidding me? I thought they told us at the beginning of the series this was the truth.
They're so full of shit. We are providing the television version of one objective truth of this history. One objective truth.
How much word telling can you get? This is the truth. Well, it's kind of true. Well, it's a TV truth. Well, it's our truth about the TV truth.
It's not my truth.
It's Kamala Harris version of the truth.
Yes. Black woman.
What is truth? You can't handle the truth.
I like this, though. I like this right here. Since Hot D ignores and changed events and characters, Daemon and Aemon should team up and take out the others. No, they should team up, become lovers. All right. Aemon's the bottom. And they should take on the whole kingdom, and they should rule as king and king forever and ever.
And the best part about it is their shipping name would still be the same name, Daemon.
you know damn well there's a fan fiction out there somewhere. Somebody's already written that shit.
Yeah. They're going to have a threesome with Alice Rivers.
Yeah, that's it, right? And she's not real. So they're pretending like she's there, but she's not real. So it's like, no, this ain't gay, bro.
She's the meat between the sandwich, but there is no meat.
But there is
no meat.
No, it's meat.
Speaking of no meat, what did you think? What do you think of this scene about him?
Oh my God!
Saying that he has
Did I have to know it blew up like a sausage on the grill, and he pees down his leg?
Oh, see, the only thing I didn't like about this scene was the fact that then why the hell do you want to still be king?
I cut my throat.
Sire and heir.
Yeah, kill me.
Probably can't ever ride a dragon again because you think your dragon's dead. So what's the point?
That's right. He's still got his son, Mail.
You definitely took the words out of my mouth, Tina. I was going to bring that up. If he can't sire, because like when they said that part, the first thing I thought is, oh, then just give the kingship to your brother. What's the point of being king?
Exactly.
Like, there's no reason. Like, Aemon can have children, make sure he has an heir, and give him the kingship. Like, what? It makes this whole war is over.
Exactly. Well, he never really wanted to marry Helaena, so give Helaena to Aemon too. Keep it in the family.
And what else bothered me too is they're again setting up. Well, we'll go in order. All right. After this scene, what's next, Grant? Yeah. I got no penis. I peed down my leg. You must survive. Come back. You will be the rebuilder. Aegon the rebuilder.
When he said the realm's delight, I was just like, that was the right thing, because it's just like, it's the one thing that he wanted. He's like, wait, people are actually going to like me?
Yeah. It's like the realm's delight. Children are going to cry when they see you.
I almost thought he was going to bring up magnanimous again.
Yes, right? You can't bring up like the big cock.
Remember one of the names was Dragon Cock?
Yeah, that was it. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah. That's like, a little bit on the nose now.
Yeah, now it's like
it didn't breathe fire. It took a lot of it though.
It's the starfish cock.
So there's no crutch protection in that Valyrian steel outfit then.
Right, Valyrian steel. Like, did it just heat it up enough that it popped it's Jiffy Pop? You guys have that in Australia where you shake it on the range?
I didn't like that action that you did.
Good. 1 second, Johnny Skinwalker. I've been asking myself that same question all season, my friend. All season. What were you going to say?
Sorry, I was just going to say a bad joke. I was going to say, that's not how penises work.
A League of Their Own reference. That gets a...
Oh, I thought it was that. I thought that was Force Awakens one.
That's what I was thinking actually, but I was thinking,
Oh,
is there a
really?
League of? Yeah, remember when he's like, "That's not how the Force works."
Oh,
that's
that's right. I'm
Harrison
sorry. I was
Ford
thinking
says,
League of
yeah.
Their Own, where he's like,
You were thinking there's no crying in baseball.
there's no crying in baseball.
Crying in
So for
baseball,
some reason, it
yeah.
had the same cadence. Okay, this
Well, there's
scene
no
also bothers
crying
me.
in penises, or
No,
maybe
forget
there
it.
is. I don't
yeah.
know.
So-
There is.
There's crying over penises.
Yes.
That's what I was about to say.
Yes.
Oh dear.
I told you that in confidence.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Jeez.
All right.
This
So
scene-
this scene was really I'm
There may- again-
confused about Hugh.
Well, I'm confused about Hugh, and
I have
or
a
not,
theory.
not Hugh. I'm sorry, Ulf, and I'm confused about like, why are they making Jace such a whiny bitch? I get the whole thing where it takes his woman to tell him, like, man up, you know, like he's crying for the last how many episodes, 2, 3, about this. It's like, I get it, you're a bastard, move on, you know.
Because
But at least these other
that's the
bastards
difference,
look
though.
more
Wait a minute.
target. Like I get where he's coming from.
I
Yeah,
get
I mean,
it.
that's
but
what
he-
I'm saying.
It's 2 episodes.
As
dude.
yeah, but as a bastard, he's left out. But now amongst the other bastards, he's left out even more.
Nah, I don't get.
He doesn't look like a normal, typical Targaryen.
I got
But
that.
remember,
You know,
he's
look at
only
how dark that hair
he's
is.
only 15 years old here too, so he's
I get it.
still
I
a
get it.
kid.
Takes his woman to tell him though. Like,
Yeah.
it takes his woman to make him a man.
I would listen to Serena Williams if she was standing next to me. telling
Yeah,
me things.
Serena's kind of hot. I don't know. It's just, it's aggravating. And like, all right, so what with Hugh are you not understanding? Explain.
Well, Hugh's towing the line very, very much so, and he's been the good little soldier and everything like that. I was like, the reason that your daughter's dead was because they put the blockade in, and you couldn't get any food, and her condition worse because of all the shit that went wrong. And now you're working for the same people.
But
And
I bet you that he's going to turncoat as soon as he sees an innocent person die, and then all of a sudden
No.
he's
I
going to go, "What?
I kind of.
What did you see during the meal when he said,
Yeah,
wait a minute, you're
but-
going to kill all those people?"
yeah, but all
so
those
unless
people
they
just
completely
died for
change
him.
what happens,
Yeah.
unless they completely change what he does and what happens to him, and make him a completely different character.
Well,
They're
he
gonna
didn't
then-
have a wife in the books, and he didn't have
Right.
a child. So, I kind of agree with Tina. I don't think it's innocence. I think it's going to be like, what is that noise?
I don't know.
And Scott, are you eating again?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
No, but in regards
Are you eating? It's really disgusting when you do that. I'm sorry.
to, with Tina, I think it's going to be his wife or something like that. That's what I think.
They're going to take her hostage and make him, like, again, not
Or
his
she,
decision.
or he's around, like they're attacking where maybe his wife isn't in King's Landing anymore with her family. And
She's all the way in Old Town. You know what I mean?
Oh.
She's talking about attacking on the other side of the continent. And
You're
the
not
thing is,
not listening to what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm talking about with Hugh is they're preparing to attack, and his wife is wherever she said her family is from, and they end up attacking that, and he has reservations against it, and she ends up getting burnt or something like that. But I say that, but they
Yeah.
also failed to mention, well, just casually, when the daughter died.
yeah, well,
so,
that was off screen.
I don't know how, with how this writing is. I don't know what to.
Think about it.
I
She
know
was a
what to
practice-
expect. I just don't know how to expect it.
Tina, go
She
ahead.
was the practice daughter. So
She had to be, because like Tina might have a point there, because literally she died because they couldn't get food and medicine for her, because
Yeah.
now, yes, it was
Well,
Rhaenyra's
couldn't leave.
blockade, but
They-
no one, yeah, right. They couldn't leave. I mean, they were blocking a quarter of every exit. Like, the blockade is 1/4 of every other exit. Like, there's another side to all of Westeros, yet they weren't allowed to leave. How do you forgive anyone for that? And yes, he does say all of those innocents, and she tells them ahead of time. She explains why. She shows them that she doesn't want to do this, but she's going to have to. And when it actually happens, he's going to be like, she never warned me. You know, like he
Well,
knows it's coming.
By the way, you're
it's a
nailing that Hugh
moral
accent.
compass thing.
Thank you, brother. What's that?
It's a moral compass thing. Like, I mean, I think Tina and I are kind of on point where something drastic is going to happen to where he changes versus with Ulf, who just is a dumb luck, lowborn King's Landing bastard who was the luckiest guy in the world, thinking he was probably going to shit his pants and die because he came up to Silverwing. And I literally think Silverwing, since she was like,
it's so funny.
She was like, "Oh, human toy.
Yeah,
you smell kind of
why's your
familiar,
foot smell like my baby?
You smell kind of familiar in a way, I guess.
Yeah,
you can ride me now, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, like the sheer dumb luck, because whenever
was like that in the book though, so like
I have no idea.
I don't.
I know
like,
he was a.
No.
And
we just
like
know that they were claimed. We just know that
they were
all
okay.
of them, and that Alan was unsuccessful and he tried to claim sheep stealer, and that's why he got burned.
Like, are you that dumb
sheep
to
stealer.
hug the prince, to say what you say to the prince? Like he could
but it's
easily
building animosity between them, though.
Oh no, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that. But he
could have gotten his hand cut off for that. I mean,
right,
you do
or
not lay
stabbed in
hands
the
on
throat.
royalty.
Yeah. Like my idea was like, okay, they could have done that a lot less disrespectful, but yet still slightly like they made it so obvious. Like,
well, you also
I disagree with it. I think it's playing into Ulf as the character. He's the guy who was the con man. He was conning people out of drinks with a little bit of the truth, and now he does it. He believes he believes every single lie that he's ever had. I like the fact that he's constantly asking for all this food and everything like that. He's just like, I'm going to get as much as I
interrupting
can
the
out of
queen
here.
though and stuff. Like I don't know, maybe
better make me a knight then.
Yeah,
but the reason why
that was the perfect line for him.
That was actually.
But the reason why you also have to take, maybe I am just fishing for shit here, but like with Hugh, with quote unquote his mother supposedly being Sarah Targaryen type thing, with her being raised, with her being highborn anyway, a princess at that. I mean, it's going to be maybe he's going to be raised differently, quote unquote, or versus with Ulf. I don't know.
Well, Ulf is from King's Landing, but we know
Adam
that what's his name can't be from King's Landing because where Sarah is, so or was his mother. So like
if you I see E. Clay Thompson in the chat where it's like he's like, bring me more of those little birds. If you see behind the inside the episode, the actor, he ate 30 fucking quails.
Oh man,
30.
Oh man, that's rough.
That poor guy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't. Yeah, the wife is in King's Landing. I get that, but the only thing that can't happen is this is what they'll probably do. Rhaenyra and Alicent deal goes sideways because Aegon disappears. Rhaenyra cannot control the situation. So when they go there, it turns into a battle and his wife gets killed in that battle. But the idea that he would switch sides is the thing I could see him going rogue.
Well, so what happens is once the city surrenders, they ring the bells, which sends them all into a tailspin, and they all go crazy.
Yeah.
But you make a really good point though, because I mean I can totally see how Ulf he's gonna follow whoever's gonna make him a knight, give him a castle, promise him, piles of cash, whatever. He's gonna do whatever the dragon's gonna allow him to do.
Yeah.
But I don't see how Hugh goes turncoat.
It has to be something by accident because nothing here is because of someone's fault. It is all by accident. Everything happens because of a misunderstanding, a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, but that's how you write consequence-free writing. It's one of the easiest things. And then something happens,
Right.
not because something happens. Also,
Right.
what's Ulf's heritage again? Who was he claiming? Was his
He
father?
was claiming he was his-
Balon.
Balon. Yeah.
yeah, Balon.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's brothers with
Viserys.
Viserys.
Viserys and
Yeah.
Okay.
Daemon.
That's what
So
he
that's
said.
that's so in other words, he's the uncle at the table. He's
Yes.
literally the drunk uncle at the table.
And he might just be thinking
Oh,
that
God.
way. Real quick, I just want to say thank you to Nicholas Miller for subscribing to the channel. If you guys are new here, please make sure you hit the subscribe. Guys, also smash the like button and follow me if you're on Rumble. That'd be great. And to everybody over at X, thank you.
Well, can I call it? Can I call it now that what's going to happen is Daemon, representing the patriarchy, is going to do something horrible to Hugh's wife, and then that's what's going to make him turn.
That could be true too.
Yeah,
It's going
they
to be
want to
something
make
of a
him.
consequence that's going to impact him in a major way.
Yeah,
Is what we can all agree on.
but it's all going to be a mistake, though.
And it's
Do-
all
do you-
going to
do
be
you-
the patriarchy's fault.
Yes. All right.
You
deal.
know what's all right? I'm going to call it now. This is what's going to happen. There's going to be a scene where Daemon is talking to Lady Misery. It's going to be completely innocent, but now Rhaenyra is going to feel like both of them have cheated on her.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So there won't be actually any love affair or anything like that. It'll be an accidental implied mistake, and that's
That was a
what will
one-snort.
set off the next.
I didn't even
You
think
got
of
one.
that. Oh,
So-
look, you have the queen and the hand in the same fucking scene.
Oh my God, they're not
Imagine
ghosts.
that.
Yeah, I know. Another character that I just felt like Corlys is kind of just being beaten down. This loses his wife, kind of, loses his kids.
She
Wants
was
to
Lost
make,
his brother.
yeah,
He's got he's got Jon Snow syndrome. She was
Yeah.
McQueen.
McQueen, my queen that never was. Thank you.
To me, that's such an insulting name. By the way, like I'm gonna keep my wife's legacy alive. Remember my wife's legacy, not that she was a good mother or a warrior or anything. No, but she never became queen. That's her
Yeah.
legacy.
Yeah.
Instead of naming it the Princess Rhaenys or something like that.
Exactly. I would have
Yeah.
even done Queen Rhaenys.
I
That's-
think that would be good.
Or
That's
just
what I would've called it.
Princess.
The Queen's Gambit. I don't know.
Ooh.
There you
So,
go. Good one.
I didn't go into the show. In this last episode, I didn't know what the fucking episode title was.
Oh, I
And-
still don't.
No, that's what it's called. The Queen that never was. That's the name of the
No,
episode.
the queen that whoever.
You're kidding.
What is it? It's not Rhaenys is like the queen who never was. It's like the queen who was or something like that.
The queen, whoever was.
I'll check.
Yeah. Okay. I was just.
Oh,
about
the
to.
queen who ever was.
Oh,
That's
ever was.
what-
Sorry,
Ever
I
was.
missed an
Oh.
N. How dare I?
And
What?
when Teresa told me that, I was literally, she couldn't see it. I cocked my head to the side like a fucking puppy. And
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
It
I mean-
just makes no sense.
Mason.
Mason,
Mason.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, I'm a little
Mason,
late.
give it to us. We know you love this episode, so let's hear Mason's. Oh, I was just about to do the same thing. Mason's review of House of the Dragon finale.
All right, so it's there's definitely some problems, but I don't hate it as much as everybody else seems to.
We hate
Like
you.
it,
I didn't hate it either, Mason.
it feels like an episode 7 or something, and they just cut the other episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
How
you
do-
do all the
okay.
build up, and there's
Yeah, keep
no
going.
resolution.
Mhm.
But I feel like this was a good way to round out the end of Damon's character arc for the
Oh,
season.
you're high on crack.
Hang on.
Okay,
I know
okay.
not,
You got
not
your time.
Not
You got your
necessarily
time.
the vision thing, but like
Mhm.
him being offered the crown, saying like, "Hey, I'm ready to support you. I know a bunch of other people are ready to support you. We kind of need a king right now." And he's like, "You know what? I don't really think that's my spot anymore." Like he's like the exact opposite of what Aemond is doing. How Aemond is, he still has his brother alive, but he's basically usurping all of his power.
Mhm.
Damon's kind of recognizing his spot in the Targaryen dynasty.
I think you're mixing up what happens later on with this part here right now, because at the moment he's still gung ho about doing everything himself, but he doesn't. He's not going to trust. He's not going to trust the emissary from the princess. He's not going to trust.
This is where, no,
I think
after this happens, that's when Simon meets Rhaenyra and goes, "Hey, guess what? I sent you the letter because I thought shit was going to go down, but you know what? I think it's okay now. Come with me. Come see." So I think by the time this scene is happening, Daemon's already been.
No, I think
no,
Daemon,
because he hasn't touched the tree yet. He literally says the reason of all that.
He didn't touch.
But what
George
I'm saying
yet.
is this is a messenger sent directly from the Queen, and the first thing he says was, "We should get rid of the Queen." And Daemon's going to go, "You think I'm an idiot? I know this is a setup."
Well, that too, but like he does have. I think he's grown, but he loved.
It took him 5 fucking episodes to grow.
Well, he's
also
that is stupid.
There was something that was kind of cool when they walked out here. If you had the subtitles on, there was the word traitor that was yelled out 3 times, or in the subtitles.
Where is that?
Yes.
What?
That was here.
When it shows up.
Can you play that if you?
No, because the problem is I can't play it from my web browser where I get it. I had to sail the high seas just to be able to show the images, but there's no subtitles on it. But when you watch it on like your HBO Max or whatever it is, this scene here, just before he turns around, it comes up with someone calling him a traitor.
Okay,
I'll hear him say, "Didn't you?" Because he said to Daemon, "Didn't you hear that? Or did you hear something?"
Really, I missed that.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And that's why Daemon's like, "Okay, he's a traitor. I'm not going to do it," because Daemon's now listening.
So why are the weirwood trees taking sides?
Well, because they think he's Team Black because he's wearing black.
I don't know. I'm just trying to see this part because that is crazy.
So as they walk out, just before he turns around, have the subtitles on, you'll see it says traitor.
Yep. It's like traitor, and he's like, "What?"
Well, also, if you have the audio description on a little bit later on, it says ominous footsteps scatter away when there's someone that walks past the tree.
Ominous footsteps.
Ominous footsteps.
I love it.
Yeah. Mason, go on with your bad review.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I think the implication here is that, like, Daemon saying, "I didn't think you would be a traitor." He's like, but that's not really me anymore. That was my reading, because he kind of smirks when he says it. Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
But then there's the vision, and there's some bad CGI there.
Oh my god.
I know you guys definitely have a problem with it. I don't necessarily have a problem with him receiving a vision.
Are you kidding me? A non-freaking believer, not even a warg. Maybe you could think Targaryens have a special connection with their dragon, but they are of fire. Like the weirwood trees are of the old god. So go on. I'm sorry.
But
I'm going to mute myself.
But
he did
Daemon finally believes him.
Oh, stop it.
He did
Wasn't
make
Viserys' story. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet now, Mason.
He did make the sacrifice of Sir Willem Blackwood and chopped off his head in front of the weirwood. So this could be them. They received, so they give, kind of, right?
Wow, you're thinking harder than these writers thought, though, man. You're thinking deeper than these writers thought.
Yeah,
which I respect.
I know. This episode was written by Sarah Hess, who wrote the episode 9.
Yes.
She's
who hates Daemon.
She wrote she
hates
Daemon.
Towards the end, when you get to the scene with Rhaenyra and she's walking through, pay attention to Simon and just watch him.
So, like, is he Sam? Like,
he's so cool. But he's one of the most acclaimed stage actors in the UK.
Is he really?
The one who plays Simon Strong? Yeah.
He stands out like a sore thumb, like right there in the left on the left. And it's like I can only describe it as him being adorable. Just the way
Yeah,
He's
and
so
Stig-
happy for them. Like, oh, those
He
little
is.
lovers. They had their little spat, and now everything's okay.
Now, Stig has a very good point. Think about like Ned Stark. Ned Stark cleaned his blade every time he cut a man's head off for Robert's laws, the king's laws. He would clean his blade at the weirwood tree, and the weirwood tree would get a blood sacrifice. And he had never had a vision. The only time he heard anything, it was like leaves rustling, was when a green seer, his son Bran, was trying to speak to him through the weirwood net. But that was a green seer. The idea that somehow a Targaryen and his niece, who's some type of supposed to be a dreamer, but isn't. She's like this like telepath. She is able to enter a vision that the weirwood tree is supposedly giving to Daemon and speak to him through that vision at the same time it's happening. That to me is just like they turned this bumbling, like, okay, you're going to make her a dreamer. So she's saying these weird things because she's like always in this weird state. And then all of a sudden she is so just like ethereal, like you said, Tina, and beautiful and well-spoken and strong, and doesn't give a shit her kid died. Once again, we just leave that.
Very weird.
Dude, like just the way people do horrible things and then the next episode we don't even talk about it. Like it just, I'm sorry. It's they made her in some ways a cooler character, but they also took away the one thing she had was being a mother and truly loving her children. And
See, I think in
drove her crazy.
I think in this type of society, you give birth to the sons because that's just something you do, and you give it away. You have no ownership of the son. You have no influence on the son. The father, the king, the lord, the whatever takes him and makes him into the man he's going to be. So all you have are your daughters. They're the only thing that are going to carry on of you in the future.
I gotta say, Stig has a point. Jaime has a vision when he's sleeping on the weirwood stump. Theon, I believe, also. I don't remember that off the top of my head. But the idea that someone in King's Landing can enter that vision, and then that vision is the only reason he's like, okay, Rhaenyra's queen, because I saw what's going to happen. I mean, it wasn't even like, oh, this solidifies what I believe. It was, oh, I saw what happens. We're bigger than this, and you have to be the queen. I don't know. Miss Martin Muses, what do you think?
I think it's grade A bullshit.
Thank you.
I've said it once, I've said it twice, and I'll say it one more time just for fun, that it's supposed to be an antagonism not unlike Queen Mary the First and Queen Elizabeth I, or Mary Queen of Scots and Queen Elizabeth I. It's
the war. Is that the War of the Roses?
No, they're the Tudors and
okay.
Mary Queen. Yeah, these historical figures. In other words, they are powerful women, powerful queens that were antagonists to each other, fiercely fighting for their legacy, fiercely fighting for their crowns.
Their crowns.
It's in her case for her sons. And again, it's just not even consistent with what it is in first season, where she's like, Aegon, remember, you're the threat. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this.
If they're the tutors, then like, what do they help you learn?
Oh, good one.
That's a good one, Stig. Oh, sorry, that wasn't Stig.
That wasn't Stig.
I'm sorry.
Leave the bad jokes to Stig. Or the puns.
It took me a second to get that. Well, because I was about to say we've learned a lot from the Tudors.
Yes, we did.
If for one thing, my First Amendment, no state church is a good thing. But but talk about a huge digression. But yeah, far more interesting is her as an antagonist to Rhaenyra than whatever this is. And
like whatever, two ex-buddies.
And choosing, favorites among
Yeah.
children, and
Yep.
it's like, yeah, kill all my sons, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
But let's save
Yeah.
Helaena.
They didn't mention Aemon though in that entire conversation.
Well-
it was Aegon's got to die. Helaena and I are taken off, and never
Yeah,
once did
but
they
I
bring
think
up Aemon in
it's
that whole discussion.
understood. It's understood he's going to die because he won't.
Well, technically,
He
they didn't
won't
bring
stop.
up Darren.
Right, Darren either.
They didn't bring him up
True.
either.
It's
So
like,
Yeah.
you just protect my daughter.
Yeah,
Well,
this-
in all fairness, Rhaenyra doesn't know about Darren because she wasn't around when any of the conversations happened, and they only he only existed in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
very
Very true.
quickly, she says the third brother is not yet tested, or something like that.
Yeah,
And that's the only mention of him in this episode, I believe.
yeah. Rhaenyra doesn't even know his name. It's like, he's my brother, but he's
Yeah.
like the third, fourth brother,
No
maybe.
shit. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I didn't
like,
even think of that.
This is like a very big problem in the series. They're too afraid of vilifying any of the female characters, and they
Mhm.
don't understand when we like characters like Daemon, who they want to portray as being like evil and being like able to manipulate people and do these horrendous acts, and people like, oh yeah, that's my guy, that's the one that I actually want to watch.
Mhm.
And that's what this whole season was trying to break him down, even though they ended up making him I mean, I still enjoyed his arc. I still enjoyed his scenes.
It's Matt Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Matt Smith does really great
Yeah,
with what he's
exactly.
doing.
I mean,
but they keep doing this. Like, none of the female characters seem to have any bit of evil agency. Like, any of their actions that or any actions that happen because of them that are bad are because of miscommunications.
No, it's
Right.
because the history wrote them wrong. They were actually the heroes of the realm.
Mhm. Oh,
yeah,
snap.
exactly.
The heroes. 2 times. Yeah, everything happens because of misunderstandings, mistakes, or it's not my fault altogether.
Also, why is this chick also now suddenly like a 60-year-old Asian? She looked really young, but all of a sudden, every time I see, she's getting older every scene.
Well, she is, and she's also getting, like, all of a sudden she's lucid. Like the idea that, like, oh, getting my son killed changed everything for me.
No,
But we're not-
no more weird visions.
No, yeah, like I control the visions now. I can give
Yeah.
you visions.
Yeah,
I project them. I'm in charge
Yeah.
of them.
she's just trying to throw Aegon off.
Oh my god, she is Alice Rivers. So Aemon gets his wish after all.
Oh, they're connected. They're connected. They're one person. Yeah, the whole him. I'm sorry. He puts his hand on George. The sap is bleeding like a mofo, and it just doesn't. Yeah, right. Son for son. Alicent should have been like, "Bitch, you killed my grandson." Right? Like that idea. Like she even brought that up. Like son for a son. That is the most. That is the
Queen.
deaf. Oh yeah, this part too. Like, yeah, I am banging your sister. Like you should be beheaded right there and then.
Just announce it to everybody. You're
Yeah.
fucking my sister, huh?
I mean, they fucked Christian Cole. Like his character was the kingmaker. We didn't know why he switched sides. The reason was because my girlfriend doesn't love me enough to not be queen. You know, like, and then Alicent, like, or he's just like, yeah, it's fine. She, the king was dead and we had sex. Oh yeah, I destroyed my vows. Everyone
See,
does.
I'm all on Team Cole. If he does one thing, he needs to get back to King's Landing and he needs to bang Helaena. He's banged someone who was gonna be queen. He's banged someone who was queen, but he's no longer queen. He needs to bang the sitting queen.
Yeah,
He needs that hat trick.
Yeah, maybe
He needs
throw
to win his
one.
bingo
He likes
card.
it. He likes Aemon too. So maybe a little strange. Her being able to project visions across the world without any kind of aid actually completely undermines the Green Seers and the Weirwoods and the candles. The obsidian
Glass candles.
Yeah, the
glass candles. Yeah, like everything.
Are we taking the Helaena was in Daemon's vision too seriously and just go? this
She
No.
finished the sentence
information-
word for word. You don't.
She-
You can't
Yeah,
share
if you
dreams.
watch-
Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch the scene when it turns to her on the balcony, she's completing the sentence she's saying to him. Like she is in that vision with him at that moment.
And or it's like she finishes and like she hears Aemon walk up or something like that.
Right.
I mean,
And
it's
then
like
she steps out of it.
It's that transitions that fast.
Yeah. It's
But-
really
She's nowhere near the weirwood that shouldn't be there either. So
yeah. Like literally Bloodraven, who look, he has the Bloodraven mark, has to become one with the weirwood even to speak to Bran in his dreams.
did you notice
Like-
how many eyes he had as well?
Yeah, he had two, didn't he?
Yeah, he's missing one. No.
That's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Where did that eye come back? Like, did you guys read any of the books? Like, we
Yeah.
skimmed over it.
It was kind of weird that he didn't have red eyes, but I guess eye color doesn't really matter in the shows. But do you think that's going to be Bloodraven in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
What?
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
So do you think that that's going to be Bloodraven in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Probably.
He has been cast. Brandon Rivers has been cast, I should say.
So that, do you think it must have been that kid? We should get the name.
Different
I'm
actor,
look-
though.
It is. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do we know
Okay.
for sure?
It sounds like you're kind of being like, yeah, I'm like 95% sure. I'm
Well, yeah, I
being
am 95% sure.
Okay, I'll give you 95. Yeah, this whole scene, like, what was the point of it? There was no point to this scene, just for Cole to be like, we're all dead under the dragon's feet. You saw what I saw.
He turns around and he's like, why are you talking like that? He's like, they need something for the trailer.
I didn't mind this scene. It kind of shows how
course you didn't,
destroyed
Tina.
Cole is at this point.
What, Mason?
I really didn't mind this scene. It kind of shows how just destroyed Cole is at this point. I mean, seeing dragons roast his men, leaving just a shell, like we saw in episode 4, I believe.
Yeah, I love seeing
Ian.
characters that were developed turning to complete nihilists. I think it's great.
Did you not watch this episode, Brian? When he got hit by dragon fire, his penis exploded like a sausage on the grill.
Well, okay, does he still have his taters, though? I wonder.
Well, I mean, that's what they should have blown up, the taters.
God, I can't.
But anyways,
well-
again, I'll go right to you, Teresa, because I think you made the point. He can't have an heir. Aegon can't have an heir. So what's even the point of him being king anymore? It's so dumb.
Well, yeah, I mean, Naylor the Missing. Thank you, George R. R. Martin. He's the one who coined it. I love it. But I'll tell you what, I forget if I've said it on this stream yet. Every single character spoils their ending. Cole actually spoils his ending here. And like the Rearwood Tree spoils the ending for the Alfred guy and spoils the ending of Game of Thrones. And and then Helaena
Oh no!
spoils
See,
the ending
they're going to
for
call that
Aemon.
foreshadowing because they don't know how to foreshadow properly. They're going to go, no, this is foreshadowing. We told you exactly what was going to happen. Therefore, we're good writers now. We're good writers
Well,
now.
Yeah. Well, and then Alice Rivers spoils the ending for Daemon. And I'm just waiting for someone to tell Rhaenyra, spoiler alert, hey, you're going to end up back on Dragonstone. And that's when Aegon is going to. Well, Joffrey spoiled it in Game of Thrones. What's going to happen? It's just absurd. And I got to admit, I almost felt for Cole in this moment. Yes, maybe he's a bit nihilistic and stuff, but I think that's the only place where he could go because he was grade A prick, and at least maybe grade A prick who's willing to die and has issues and PTSD. I can kind of get on board with that. That is, if you will, a change I don't mind because that's the kind of subtleties that perhaps we wouldn't be seeing, but we do know that he fights heroically to his end.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
also when it comes to the world, there hasn't been a lot of battles. So, like the idea that he's struck with real like PTSD or shell shock or whatever you want to call it, it makes a lot of sense because he's the only one that's been out of any of the men. He's the only one that's actually been in any sort of like battle or like skirmish, but nothing to like what happened at Rook's Rest. So
or he's just finding salvation through Alicent's. See you next Tuesday.
Oh, you going, are you? Yeah.
We've also seen this happen before. I mean, he's very clearly mimicking Jaime Lannister, who, after losing his hand, just completely loses all will to live, right? And then ends up having to
and then
build
finds
himself
it in the
back up.
snatch of a woman. You're right.
Well, does Jaime lose the will to live? I thought he kind of found himself. He found redemption.
I think he finally was able to forgive himself. I think that was
Until
the
season
main
8,
takeaway from it all.
episode 5.
Yeah.
Do you think he felt the package right there?
Oh, are
What?
you talking?
I don't know if there is a package, because remember he asked Tylet to father sons upon his wives. He didn't say whether he's fathered any sons upon his wives.
That's
Hell,
true.
Scott, I thought you asked if there was a fucking catfish up there.
Is there a catfish?
Oh dear.
I can smell something fishy.
What?
A catfish?
Yeah.
their name.
Well, in the this is where it gets so confusing, because in the materials after the episode, they did use she, her pronouns, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they think that she is biologically a female. But I do think the show is going with biological female, because if,
Yes.
like what Tina was saying, yeah. But I mean, they just keep going. It's just so confusing, and people get mad at you if you even ask about it. I got blocked by Restarosi.org because we were like, but Sharako Lohar is supposed to be played by a man, and they blocked me. And I was like, I was actually.
That's so petty.
I know, well,
Oh,
especially because
They blocked you too?
Oh, you got blocked. Well, yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
here's the thing.
I called her stupid. See you next Tuesday.
Oh, well, I wasn't even doing that. I was just saying honestly. So if they thought I wasn't misgendering the actress or actor or actress, she called herself an actress. I wasn't misgendering her. I said that's a woman, and Sharako Lohar is supposed to be a man. And
I got yelled at in the Dragon Demands chat when I complained about the scene between Massaria and Rhaenyra, about the whole, how do you have a passionate kiss after you tell
talked about
someone
raping.
else about all of your, yeah, exactly.
oh,
And I got with the whole that I've obviously am, homophobic.
Be quiet, woman.
So,
I know.
are you sure about the pronoun stuff? Because what
They called him
thought I
he.
heard them. Yeah, I thought I heard them call him he.
Or her he.
yeah. Well, I'm just
In
saying
the
that that's what they
Right.
did in the,
No,
in
in the
the
show.
after the
Right.
episode. That's what they called her. So I didn't know if they were just messing with him, with Thailand at first, calling it a he, so he would be surprised when he saw it was a chick. I'm just
Well, I think they
Condor
just
and
call
Hef
it.
and all them.
See, I
There-
was thinking because it's like a captain of a boat or admiral, they use the he pronoun because like it's bad luck to have a woman on the boat,
So, this is kind of far fetched, but I was watching this episode. I was seeing a lot of things that were like, very reminiscent of, I think it's in A Dance with Dragons. Like you have Rhaena, like drinking the water, which I thought was gonna make her have to do the Daenerys thing when she's chasing Drogon, or when she's, yeah, that's a fun scene to read. But you also have, book accurate Dario Naharis in here with the dyed blue beard.
Well, I felt like they were like, "Hey, look, we got what you guys wanted. You never got it in the show, but we have blue beards."
Yeah, and this captain, I keep forgetting the name, kind of reminded me of, I think it's Sweets is the slave that Tyrion meets. It has both parts. And it kind of feels like they're playing off on is he not, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't it's like, but why are we doing that?
Yeah, I mean,
It's like
kind of weird, but like,
yeah,
it feels like wasted time.
What's up, Stig?
Oh, stuffed.
Oh
Been,
boy, here we go.
Been eating.
Sausages?
No. Filled cod, actually.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
sounds
Yeah,
yummy.
filled with hollandaise sauce.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yum.
I saw a picture.
That sounds yummy, dude. Can I read this to you guys real quick? Ryan Condell says, showing Dany or Daenerys in Daemon's vision doesn't confirm she is the prince that was promised. Remember that, this is him speaking, remember that Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, House of the Dragon, in many ways are warnings about the perils of power and people in power and absolute power. And the reason there was no Jon Snow was the connectivity for us is specifically in and around the dragons. Wait a minute. And the reason there was no Jon Snow was, whatever. The connectedness between this family and the family to come. We know who Dany's is watching that image. We know who Daenerys is watching that image, but Daemon has no idea. Oh, we know that it's Dany. Okay. That could be his future daughter with Rhaenyra. So for that reason, I think it was important that it was Dany in the image. We are not trying to make any kind of specific interpretation of prophecy that has yet to be revealed by its author. That's George's space to tell that
Where
story.
where was this done? When was this?
I think this was a quote after
So-
the episode.
In other words, we're not gonna confirm or deny. We're gonna wait till what George says so we can say the opposite.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
This is your westerosi.org.
Well, the
I'm
weird
friends
thing
with them.
though that they are tying it into the other shit show, which
Mhm.
did confirm prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really say that nothing's confirmed when they're tying it into whatever is confirmed in TV show canon.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Like,
so there,
go ahead.
like the thing is, there's a lot of like very subtle differences between House of the Dragon and, oh, not so subtle also, differences between House of the Dragon and the Game of Thrones show.
Mhm.
So I feel like they're like going to be connected until they're not, like until they're ready to actually do a reboot in
No.
however many years, 10, 20 years.
Well, there'll be a reboot just for the sake of a reboot, but I don't think they're thinking like that. They're telling their story because they know a better story than George. Just like Dan and Dave thought they could tell a better story once they ran out of material than George could.
Well, if they reboot Game of Thrones and tie it into this show,
yeah,
right? Then you're back at square one.
Right.
Because this show ties into the other shit show.
Right.
So there's no way, or you need to reboot all of it.
Yeah, like they were going to do after the sequel episodes for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that stupid dagger alone.
Yeah.
You know, which
Yeah,
isn't
that
even
dagger.
a thing. And
Like,
in the
you don't
books.
think they could just reuse the dagger?
Yeah, but the dagger is, I mean, like Stig just
What's
said, the
the
dagger
point?
means nothing.
The
Like,
dagger's irrelevant in the books.
and we never, even in the show, like there was never like that dagger ended up in fire. So no one got to read the prophecy. Like it means nothing, that dagger. Even in the future, like it gets the meaning of it gets lost in time. So just having the dagger means nothing.
Yeah,
It's
and
a MacGuffin.
it was just a dagger Robert had.
Yes,
that Joffrey gave to some schmuck, and then
some
tried
cat's
to
paw.
kill Bran with it, and that's it. That's where the dagger ends.
Yep.
Yeah, the most powerful dagger in all of history is given to a 2-bit scum who couldn't even kill a kid.
Yeah, right. You weren't supposed to be here. I'm killing the accents tonight. I don't know about anybody else. All right, so he punches her. She likes that, and now
And she
they're gonna
says,
have
"Do you want to
dinner."
go eat your enemy?"
Yeah. And I was just kidding. We wouldn't eat Emily. And like they make him such like a prissy, like everything they say, he's frightened. He's like.
But that's the weird thing. You're right. You've nailed on the head. He's the prissy of the two brothers. Yet he was still able to best their. Like, how was his person never been challenged?
Right. Like this Admiral's supposed to be a badass, and he like 2-3 punches.
Look at the dude over his shoulder with the green hair. Like, I don't want to mess with him.
Yeah, but she's supposed to. Shim is supposed to be like the most badass one. And it's like I get they're making Tywin even prissier than I believe he is in the books. He should.
Tyler's a Chad in the books.
He's a Chad. Like, dude, the guy should be speaking with authority. He is, master of ships, one of the most powerful houses on the continent.
They took one line. They took one line in the book, and they ran with it. That about the conflict of the second son always looking in the shadow of their older brother, and they've ran that into the ground. Every single person who is a second son is way more weaker in some way.
Yeah, even Otto.
Even
Otto.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of these scenes because from the get-go he was being like, oh, I can't negotiate. Oh no, my Prince Regent's going to take my head for this, or blah blah blah. And like, that's how you go into a negotiation. You don't say, oh shit, I'm going to have to give you everything you want because we're so desperate.
Also, see that dentals.
Yeah,
that's big time.
I don't know if you know this, but most pirates had great teeth.
Yeah, perfect teeth. Yeah, Blackbeard.
You know what else I noticed though? In almost all of Corliss's scenes at the dock, which seems to be what he's been doing all season, hang out at the docks.
Yeah,
all of them are obviously filmed at the same time because he's usually in the same spot.
Yeah,
the weather is identical in every scene,
clothing, everything,
and it's the same type of day. So it's really sloppy. You could tell all of it got filmed at once.
Yeah.
Well, that's a smart producer then.
All right, let's move on from this scene. Oh, then he falls, right? He gets up after winning and then falls like a bitch. Oh, and then we have, this is where a woman tells him, man up.
Don't pout, Jay.
Like sand to the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
I'm a strong boy.
I am.
I just feel like, I don't know, Stig, like I understand him being this way for maybe one episode, but you're the prince and your mother and everybody, no matter what you are the prince, and no one's gonna, like, no one has the right to say shit.
You know
these scenes could have worked if it wasn't him, if he was objecting to the idea of doing this, but this was his idea.
Yeah.
You know, Joffrey had way more balls than all of them. You know, the old Joffrey?
Yeah.
He didn't take from anyone.
No, he didn't. Didn't he go after, he went after Aemon. The little boy went after Aemon. The My Chemical Romance of Targs. He is emo. He's so emo. Oh my God, that's great. You should have black mascara on now. It's like, I don't want to go outside, Mom.
Oh wait, we got to talk about this. Is the best scattered scenes in the entire thing.
With her like,
she literally has no line, just running.
Yeah.
No, she has no lines.
No lines
and
no food.
Usually that's a good thing, but I mean, if she was to fall over, hit her head, and die,
that'd be hilarious.
That means that the veil's going to get burnt to the ground.
Yeah, why'd you let her go? And she's running around
they would believe that. They wouldn't believe that she would just run off.
But the best part is
you sent my family away after I asked for your protection. A princess is now dead.
Yeah,
because of you.
Yeah, and I just find it funny. Like, when she's running to, her expression is like, I gotta go to the bathroom. That's the expression I see every time when she's running. I gotta go to the bathroom.
There was also a really weird filter or something that they did when she was drinking the water. It almost looked AI, like the way in which her hands moved. It was really weird.
I don't think she's a very good actress. Either that, or they didn't give her very good direction for that entire montage of her chasing after a dragon.
Yeah. What about the kids? Wasn't she supposed to be with them? Aren't they on a boat?
I need you to be the mother instead, the mother that I can't be.
Okay, that's what one at a time. Yes, be the mother that I can't be, right? And she's just like, there's a chance I can die, or I can get a dragon. Later, kids. Good luck with whoever's with you. I really trust them.
See, I bought that of Aemon all those years ago when he was younger and he didn't have his dragon. Damn it! But I mean, an adult in terms of a woman in this society.
Yes.
She
With
would
a
have been married already if they weren't in the middle of a war.
well, and he died.
Well, she's still supposed
yeah.
to get married. She's
Yeah,
supposed to have
and
a really kick-ass like arrangement. Is that
And-
going to
Right,
change
right.
now?
and don't forget
I
also
don't know.
she was given a direct command from her queen to be the mother that I can't be to these children, and she's just like, fuck off, I'm going to get a dragon. What?
I love it. Tylen's expressions. It's
Oh,
it's
God.
great.
This actor is awesome. He's awesome. He plays the two so differently too, which is great.
Someone did a picture. They just showed them standing. So like the two actors standing. He has a completely different posture for both people.
Yes,
It's
I mean,
insane. Like the
his
detail
brother's
that he's
more
worked
of
into
a-
it. Yeah.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
brother's more chest out, shoulders back. He's kind of more like not hunched, but like just weaker looking. He does a great job playing Thailand and Jason. I had a short last year or 2 years ago with him, and it had like almost 500,000 views. It was awesome. People love him. Yeah.
Mhm.
I got to demonetize.
Yeah. Well, again, he's one of
No,
those
that was
that
with Jason.
I really hope that they follow through with him, with his rather cool and awesome ghoulish kind of
Yeah.
final arc to his story. I
Yes.
think that this actor will knock it out of the park.
Amen.
I just
Do,
can't.
do you
that.
think they're going to take it away from him? Because I can see him becoming quite a popular character with especially the arc that he goes through. Do you think they're going to go, why do you like this guy for?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Well, I think I was talking about this earlier that I would cry, I would be mad, but it's gonna be when I'm in a retirement home and I'm only 50. I mean, the
Yeah.
next one's gonna be what, in 30 years? By
Yeah.
the time they even get to the finale, so I won't care by then. I'll be playing bingo with all the old ladies.
On the
Yeah.
plus side, you get to watch Game of Thrones all over again and be disappointed in real time because of the dementia. So and then you just keep doing it over and over again.
Oh, Jeannie Mac, that would be hell.
Oh man, we just got a tip over on the stream elements. Okay, hold on. There's no message, but I'll just bring up the stream elements one because this is the tipper's name. Hot D fucking sucks for $5. Thank you, Hot D fucking sucks. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And if anybody else wants to tip over on Stream Elements, there's the tip jar. It bypasses YouTube altogether and goes right into my PayPal. Thank you very much.
So are we led to believe this is one of the pirates' wives? Because they both look over at the same time. And I thought, is she going to set Thailand up with someone or what was going on here? Or is he going to make it?
I thought the Admiral was going to be like, what are you looking at? You know, like, but yeah, one of many wives. Yeah. And why, like, the dude is weak. The dude is lame. And she's like, yeah, you're really more manly than anyone here. I totally want your sperm. Like, what?
Not on my chest. No, in my wife.
In my wife's. Like, but the idea, like, she wants this weak guy who she's just been toying with. She's like, yeah, I want you to knock up all my wives.
No, I think it's a power play as well to link to things so they can't turn on them at a later date. You know,
Maybe.
yeah, sure, we'll get the stepstones, but what's stopping you from taking it back straight afterwards?
Yeah,
I think this is a little insurance sort of policy because he's not wed, is he? No, he isn't yet, is he?
No.
They haven't mentioned a wife or anything in this yet.
I don't think he actually does ever get married, if I'm correct.
No, I know he doesn't in the books, but I'm just saying in the show, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
well,
weird, like
no, because this would have been a perfect time to do it. It would have been to say, "Hey, I've got a
Yeah.
wife." Because remember, that's what they had Stannis say when the Red Lady was trying to bang him on the table.
Right.
Well,
would
it was a
never,
show of
ever have
power.
sex.
It was a show of power, and also I think they were wanting to remind us that they're trying to make him like, or her like, run Kali Raccoon, because that is what he would do. She would do.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he would do. Actually, that character was a he. He would have people screw his wives while he was dressed like a woman.
Yeah, but that was a different. No, that was the pirate guy, wasn't it? Though.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that they're combining them into the same character.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is that they had to bring that up because they were like, see, this is what we're doing. So everyone quit complaining.
This is my favorite part of the episode, which like I want you to, do the babies, and then he's just like, shit, how's this gonna work?
Yeah.
Like it's not a no straight away. It's like
you're right. It's like he's really thinking that.
He's like, oh, I gotta drink some more.
he's like, when you had me in a headlock, I definitely felt an extra pressure on my neck. About
yeah,
like,
when we were in a headlock, I felt something bump me in my throat. What was that?
So, where you wanting me to pour this biz quick?
I don't even know what that is, but it's funny
I don't
to
either,
me.
but I loved it. All right, next, let's get out of this.
Here we go.
scene
That one looks like
completely. Yeah,
it's like
that's oh shit.
All right, this is the dinner
The
scene.
dinner. Oh god, it was cringe a bit. But now that we talked about Ulf a little bit more, like that is his character. Like it is pretty. I just think his lack of any, like, I'm in front of the queen, she can have me murdered. My dragon isn't next to me. You know what I mean? Like it just a little bit, but it's Ulf, I guess.
You will conduct yourself with comportment when at the queen's dinner table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice it. The women are the only people at the table that aren't bastards.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's
shit.
good. Wow.
Apparently,
Yep.
the actor for Ulf ate like 30 quail.
Yeah.
I told them that. I told them that earlier.
That's insane.
Oh, okay.
That's insane. Yeah, this scene, they're missing someone. Dragonseed. Who are they missing? What was her name again?
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra. That's it. Right.
I also like the thing is just like, when the battle starts, we'll see who a coward is, knowing how like Adam's whole story and everything.
He's badass.
And I'm just like, it is. I just wish the guy knew how to act.
Yeah.
He's so wooden and plain. He's very boring.
Is he nervous?
But
Yeah, I don't
he is
know.
a bastard that knows how to behave himself, though.
Looks like Michael Jackson before he got white.
Yeah, a little
Jeez.
bit. A little bit.
And his pronouns are he.
Yeah.
Yeah, Milli Vanilli.
That was good.
That was a good one, man.
She's a pretty handsome fella, I'll give her that.
Yeah. Sharif West, thank you for being here. Yeah, HBO does this because they want to be considered for Emmys. If you don't have a certain amount of diversity, you cannot get any awards. It's freaking
Sorry, did you hear
stupid.
the new DEI, the thing that they're pushing?
No, what about
Justice,
it?
equity, diversity, inclusion.
No, I know what that is. Yeah,
No,
that's been going on for a while.
No.
Well, you forget belonging. It's DEIB now.
Wait,
No,
what?
it's justice.
So J?
JEDI. They want it to be called Jedi.
What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Come on.
You know the concept of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion?
It's a
Well,
big
that's
push.
been expanded.
I know what DIY is.
I did a
Okay, never
DIY
mind.
thing. Check out
Totally
my
different story.
Instagram. Yeah.
Totally other story.
This part makes me laugh. Like, how often is she sitting at his bed where he wakes up and he's like, "Do you ever sleep?" Like, not like, "What are you doing here?" Just like, "Do you ever sleep?" Like the whole time is she just always sitting on his bed like, "Wake up! I want to fuck with your brain."
I'd like the fact.
Well,
that
she
he's
flew in through the
completely
window because
accepted-
she's an owl.
That's true. What were you gonna say, Tina?
I like the fact that he's completely accepted that. Yep, she's a witch. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep. We might have to play just that part where we go from the vision to Helena when you get to there.
I'm gonna
Because-
call her Hooter Witch.
Hooter Witch.
Ooh.
Oh, do we see the antler man?
Owl.
Ooh. I think
I'll
that-
play a little bit of it.
Yeah. I don't care. They're gonna demonetize this anyways.
Are there no subtitles?
Not on
No,
this
because I
not
had
on this
to
night.
sail 7 Seas because all
Gotcha,
the
gotcha.
sites have a blocker on. You can't stream them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, they're not banging. Like, I don't think it's just that she's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Smith,
I-
man. What a
I
waste.
I think this is the part that I think the green man or whoever it is supposed to be is already passed.
Yeah, that's already passed. That's like at the very beginning of them like standing away from the tree.
This is like, now that you're worthy. Like,
Yeah. Oh, like maybe before that even, like right
you've
around here.
learned.
Yeah, now that
What-
you're worthy, I destroyed
What made him
you.
worthy?
He cried maybe or something? Oh, he cried.
Well, yeah, he faced his inner demons and learned, well, I guess that he's learned that he's gone on to
No.
where he is so that he is willing and ready so that he can be also given the dream of ice and fire.
He didn't face his inner
Absolute-
demons. He faced his inner daemons.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh.
Which is,
Mhm.
kind of weird because the others just had to be told.
Yeah.
But he has to actually earn it to
Yeah.
get the information.
No,
the other
he needs
was
to go
told.
through. He needs to go through a transition, so he's completely like a blank slate, tabula rasa. So then they can go ahead and the women can imprint what
Yeah, they broke him
his
down.
beliefs will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember when Daenerys had visions in House of the Undying?
Yeah.
She got off easy. She didn't have to do all this shit.
Mm-mm.
Good call.
Yeah.
She had better visions too.
Yeah.
Better CGI.
Yeah, longer.
Oh, wait a minute. There
Okay,
are.
apparently
Yeah,
I
I was
have
about to-
subtitles now.
I was about to say, wait a minute. There are.
Hey, there we are. You do not scoff.
You do not scoff.
Gosh, I was only barely half watching this. I was watching on
Yeah.
subtitles.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Yeah, I'm so happy you're pleased. See, dang it, they're making me hate Alice Rivers. Screw them all.
Right, I know. We'll end up hating the Black Swan too, if they even show her.
Yeah, or Black Alley.
Black Alley, right?
Gosh, she's awesome.
Black Alley doesn't exist.
Yeah,
She never did. This is the real story.
this is the real story.
Yeah, the real
Nothing-
story. Well, they might pull her out at the end to marry Kragan, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Do you wish then to learn what is given to you?
That doesn't even make any sense.
It's like already given to him, but he wishes to learn it.
Learn it?
What?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I would say the same thing, little one. Stop. Side eyeing her.
Yeah, he kind of has that look too, like, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah,
It's like, that's not even good grammar.
What you talking
love-
about, Alice?
the reference to the Green Man in this, you like it, but Southern Belle, like they don't even call him a Green Man in the credits. He's like guy with antlers. Like, I don't even know if they knew what it was.
I'll give you a green man.
I thought she grabbed his cock right there. But today you are ready.
But why?
Why today?
Yeah.
Exactly. Because he cried.
Why and how?
Did the blood finally reach the roots of the sacrifice I did? Is that what it is? Then
I-
mention that.
No,
like
she finally got that deed. That's what made him ready.
she didn't get it. Yeah.
So sorry.
I don't
Yeah.
even
You know what it is? She's so obsessed
would
with
make-
wanting to bang him, but
Yeah,
she's got terrible eyesight. So when Aemon comes there, she still thinks it's Daemon.
maybe because like Christy, that would like at least that would make sense.
So-
that would be some reason.
Because they say owls don't actually really have good eyesight. They've just got really good echolocation. So that's
Yeah.
probably what it is, because she is an owl after all.
Mhm.
Which also means that two penises burst in this one.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
It's like a sausage fest.
sausage. Oh, antler guy, where are you? Oh, that might have already happened.
I don't know how we missed it, but yeah, it already
It's
happened because
so
they were further
early.
away from the tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
don't even worry about it.
They removed him just like they did the Starbucks cup.
Yeah, just yeah. Here we go.
So they're like, all right, now you need to go finger George's face for a bit,
Yeah,
and then see what
exactly.
happens.
Exactly. Put your
Oh.
fingers in George's bleeding eyes. So what do we
Oh,
get
here we
here?
So apparently this is the Blackfire Rebellion. This
What?
one's this yeah. This is what this is representing here.
How can we tell?
Because there's a dragon in here in just a second.
But there was no dragons in the Blackfire Rebellion.
I know, that's why it didn't make any sense to me.
So how do we know it's the Blackfire Rebellion?
Because they told us.
So
Where?
just that scene was? We
Yep.
jumped that far ahead
Yeah.
already, but yet then we go back to Rhaenyra? That makes no sense, but all right.
Yeah.
Now who's that? Is that Daemon?
That's Daemon. That's Daemon.
Oh, okay. Just hit play and let's go. Let it go and you could pause, but just keep playing this part. Oh
Okay.
yeah, it's on my fingers.
That's like that thing
That
in
kind of reminds
Skyrim.
me of Oberon a bit.
You're getting hot, aren't you, George? Getting wet.
Okay. There's
All right.
okay, there's Blood Raven.
I've been waiting to do that.
Yay.
Yeah. Like he's in his weirwood throne with two eyes. By now he would be much older with one eye gone.
Honestly, this
I
boy
know, I
fucking
care.
cares.
I still care, Christy.
You know why?
And the head
'Cause-
color, he's
well,
definitely
the-
matching how it was in all the other series as well.
Oh.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
because
Stig.
he had both eyes in the other series, didn't he?
What? I don't.
Hmm.
Oh my. Yeah, that at least the crow has three eyes, but the crow.
Well, they keep calling him the three-eyed raven, not the three-eyed crow. Which, like,
Well,
That's a crow. That's
because
not a raven.
in the
You can tell by
show
the beak
he's
shape.
in the show he's the three-eyed raven, but in
Yeah.
the book he's the three-eyed. Well, he isn't the three-eyed crow. Actually, I still believe that that's something else or somebody else.
Yeah, I actually just read that, and
So that was someone walking or something into something. Then it did.
Huh?
There was a roar. Yeah, like how the way in which there was the movement here. We'll go back.
Okay. And Stig, what were you saying?
no, I just read
That chapter again?
that. Yeah, no, I've been rereading book 5 and all, and yeah, they didn't
Okay.
seem to know who the crow
Yeah.
was.
Neither Leaf or Blood Raven
Yeah.
knew what he meant when he said crow.
Yeah. So the way in which it moves, and also there's, I know you can't hear it because it's just but there's like a growl. So
yeah, this is the exact same like camera movement that they use for Ghost.
Oh,
look.
yeah. That's a
will
good
see it.
call,
That is
Mason.
true. That is
Mm.
true.
It was
Nice.
Siegfried or Roy that was one of the White Walkers, apparently.
yes, yeah, yeah, the gay one of the two it was, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
can you go back to
intimidating.
those crappy walkers? They look nothing like what the White Walkers should look like. Like
Nope.
it makes no sense that they're white. Like White Walkers are supposed to be ice, not white zombies. Like it makes that dude is not a White Walker. Like he's supposed to be like translucent in a way, but like
Look
dark
at
ice,
his lips, though. It looks
Yeah.
like he's been sucking something really hard.
like a lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
did they make this look like this bad? Like, this looks like the Flash.
Yeah, it's,
Like-
it's
Well, look at his
so-
nose.
Like, yeah, it's so fake. Like the CGI is so messed up. Like, is that
Oh,
supposed to be Daemon?
Check the zombie in the background on the left.
Yeah.
That's like really bad CGI.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's so sad that they didn't put a little extra money into this part. All right. I'm going through water. Oh, the comment.
The red comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red comet, which means 18 different things. So
Yeah,
we can
of
definitely
course,
take
you-
it as fact.
Always believe Nan.
Yeah.
I believe she said red comment means dragons, right?
Sure.
Someone said that there was a face in the meteor. I'm just gonna have a look.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't
It
know.
should be like
No, I don't
what-
see it.
Stretch.
what are those they're like they have things on their
Rorschach
heads.
test
One's
sort
a
of things.
triangle, one's a triangle,
Yep.
one's like what are those things called? They're like big furry, like weird children things, and the sun like is a baby's smiling face. That's what that was.
Teletubbies?
Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember. Do we get to see
Yeah.
butt cheeks?
Hell, I was thinking Furbies.
Kirby.
I always thought those had Down syndrome.
Now what's that? Oh, the Iron Throne. Who sits the Iron Throne?
He likes watching people on the throne.
Mm.
That's what this season is. Daemon watching other people sitting on a throne.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Remember in the original show when they Cersei and Jaime got smashed,
Mm-hmm.
and because the roof came down.
Like 5 bricks, yeah.
Yeah, and and the room above is the throne room.
Yeah,
which
and
was
there's nothing
completely
missing.
fine later. So what actually fell on them?
The
magic.
Also, is that a different crown?
No, that's her. That's
That's
Viserys'
way
crown.
more shinier and.
I think it's meant to be. Like, I think you're meant to think it's going to be Viserys, and then it's her on the throne.
Right. Okay.
I think it's also lights bouncing off of it. It's all a story.
Thank God they're bringing this thread back.
Yeah, right. And what kills me is also like you just took away all his free will. And how is she in this vision? It's the same time. If this was during the day, you could say maybe it wasn't, but it's at night. Look at what she's it's
wearing.
the same exact time.
Yeah,
it's this watch. It translates right as she's done speaking. You see King's Landing.
You were but one part of the story. But Bran has the best one.
How does he know his part?
And Rhaegar is not pointless.
Yeah, right. And they bring back, the person with the best story.
Yeah.
Watch when they you know what you must do. Now she's still speaking to him, and she's ending her talk with him right there.
Yeah.
Like she was in that. She was in that vision with him.
Same exact
outfit.
thing.
Same
outfit, same posture, same thing. You see her lips finish moving at the end of it. So she did. So she was speaking.
Yep. Look, it just takes away free will.
Says, you know what you must do. I think that's a direct reference to what she says to Aemon.
Yeah.
Well, the big thing they achieved with this is completely undermine Bloodraven, the Weirwood trees, Bran,
everything. Yep.
Anyone who had
No, she's got a splinter in her finger, so she's connected to the Weirwood network now.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
Yeah,
no, I ate a Weirwood branch. No,
give me Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
so, they basically screwed up everything. Bran is not special whatsoever at this point.
No, nobody is.
Yeah,
everything is going to play out the way it is. No one can change their fate. That's what they just told us.
Yeah.
It's turning into a freaking Greek tragedy, not.
Yep.
This hurts.
But Teresa, it's so against what George believes. Like George is all about cause and effect. Your decisions are what the future you has to deal with down the road. Now this is saying no matter what you do, it's always going to end up the same way it's meant to be.
Predestination, and he always kind of treats with cynicism people that use visions and stuff and to control and manipulate things and manipulate.
Yes. I mean, look at the prophecy in the 3rd book of the Hedge Knight series, where Bloodraven's in it. That Blackfire believes he's going to, see a dragon emerge, and it's what he confuses it with is Aegon. Aegon is the dragon. And then Aegon confuses his vision with hatching dragons, but really it's Dany he's having a vision. Like, it's just all these things, all your prophecies are bullshit, and people believe what they want to believe about the prophecies. And sometimes they make that part of it real because they believe in it. Right, Stig? Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but
it's spot on because George makes a point out of showing how all kinds of different people have a different view of what the comet means.
Right.
So it's like
yeah. What is the term I'm thinking of?
Self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yes, that's it, guys. Good call. Thank you.
Also, he looks like he's about to cry here.
Yeah, that too. And
he did.
also says,
he really did.
what you say is treason, you're not the freaking king. You are the regent, but like, she's just letting you know you're gonna die. You know, like I just love how she's
just spoiling his ending.
Above the God's eye.
Oh yeah, right.
So now all he has to do is avoid the God's eye forever.
Right, but somehow he's gonna take a wrong turn at Albuquerque and end up over the God's eye.
But this is the thing. What's she saying here? This isn't what happened. He was found in a very specific way.
Right.
Daemon was
never found.
Oh, good
But
call.
this,
But
this
what happens
story,
was Daemon now ends up being, he ends up basically becoming like a preacher of the old gods now. That's what happens. He lets the war play out. He's done his part. He killed Aemon, so then he's going to retire up into the mountain.
He becomes a green man.
No.
Instead of retiring with Nettles, he retires by himself.
Yeah.
He becomes the White Walker we saw earlier.
That's what I said. It kind of looked like him. I thought they were trying to imply he becomes whatever this Night King is.
Yeah, which is not even how it works.
He steals Sheep Stealer from Rhaenyra and goes north of the wall.
Yeah, right.
Yep,
No,
he sure does.
Cannibal.
Even worse than that, he goes and meets the children of the forest. They tie him to a weirwood tree and put dragon glass in his chest.
Yeah. So that he can only be killed by dragon glass. Because they're alert. That was so dumb. It's like, yeah, these are only allergic to dragon glass. Let's put some in their heart.
Oh,
right.
That's going to create them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
I like this scene for one reason, because I feel like Caraxes, when he gets all excited, it's like, oh my god, something's actually happening.
Yeah, right.
I'm not stuck here anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he's
likes
just
pigs.
like,
I
he's
love
just like, oh my
pigs.
god, oh my god.
Why you guys eat sheep? Pork is better. I love how they keep showing the God's eye
good?
so close.
Caraxes be like, what the fuck is this?
Like, another thing is that lake is so huge. Like, I don't know if the God's eye would be that big and that close to Harrenhal. I might be wrong, but the God's eye kind of is in the middle. Like, a lot of people think that lake was made by a comet because of how it's formed.
Well, it's below sea level, isn't it?
Or a meter. I don't know, but the way that there's one island in the middle looks like a meteor hit, and that's like,
yeah, it's like the top of the meteor.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I got a couple of questions in regards to this scene. Like, if the dragon was going to go all the way up there, why didn't she just ride it all the way up to the top?
I was thinking the same thing. Like, and also, doesn't it not look very sure-footed?
Yeah. How strong is that broken down, dilapidated castle roof? That one little ledge can support an entire dragon.
Well, that's not a roof.
No, later on in the episode.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find.
She's a good-looking him or
fella.
Him is fella. That she is a good-looking fella.
Look what it lands on.
Like a piece of wood. It's weirwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it's so strong.
And all the blood in the stone mortar and stuff.
So true. We are Caraxi in this scene. Like, something's happening. That's so good.
And Simon is just standing there.
He's such a goofy dude. Like when he declares, watch Simon. He's like, "Ooh, yay!"
Well, he's just like a stage actor, thoh.
Yeah,
I mean, because you have to have that over exaggeration in your face in order to be seen from the audience.
I love that guy actually.
I also noticed that when Daemon gives his speech at the end, he's cheering the fella that she sent there.
Yeah,
shakes his head and walks off in the crowd. He just leaves,
and he lets him go.
Yeah,
I don't know why Daemon
doesn't he just turn around and say, "This guy wanted me to get rid of you"?
Yeah, like maybe we should kill him before he sneaks away.
Yeah,
exactly.
That might come back to bite him in the ass.
Could be.
Or bite Rhaenyra.
Yeah, exactly. Or something bite Rhaenyra's ass.
Oh gosh, this is where he says winter is coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winter's
I do-
coming in 200 years, and it's going to last for a week, and we're going to defeat them by having 200 people and 2 dragons nail them at the first battle.
Yeah, the only thing
It's so easy. We're going to put our trebuchets in the front line. That's how easy this battle's going to be to win.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Watch how we
it's
kill all
going to be
these.
so dark, nobody sees shit anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Watch how we kill all these immigrant Darth
And
we just get rid of them.
Winter is coming. Jesus.
Plus, at that time, people will have invented plot armor, so we have a couple of invincible people in the army, right?
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Brienne and Sam, they got grabbed like 5 times.
Yeah.
Arya.
Yeah.
Arya
I
jumps
love
out of
this
no
scene.
tree. It's
I
a
love
good
this scene
scene.
so much though because
Why?
Because it ends with a joke, and I so see like Good Take Bojan and I serious conversation, like fate of the world. If you ever leave me again, it'll be your peril. I tried.
Yeah, but like,
how many times has he tried to usurp your position as head of the mafia?
if you take this scene, there are scenes in this season that if you take them and isolate just the scene, the acting, like it's a good scene, but it doesn't connect well with like everything Daemon went through. And now he's like, we're going to do it. Yeah, go girl power. You sound like my father. I want to bang you now.
It's easier to live
just
in
like
my
your
head.
just like your father. I wanted to fuck your mom.
What, Tina?
It's easier to live in my head. You just kind of fix everything that the directors and the writers and the showrunners
that's the
screwed up,
problem.
and then it's
Yes.
not bad anymore.
But there's so many people in this fandom that do that, and they get angry with you when you point out, like, look, I love this material so much that this upsets me. And they're like, no, you're just a hater and probably racist.
You know what? My 4 favorite, book series is, Tolkien stuff, George Martin stuff, The Witcher, and Wheel of Time. All of them have been freaking wrecked in the last 5 years or so.
I'm sensing a theme. They weren't diverse books enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be 5 soon, Stieg, when the Feist books.
Oh
yeah,
thank you.
We're gonna have to
Joe
go over those.
Abercrombie too.
And they're messing up Bridgerton, so I mean, I can't even get dumb, historical romance.
Yeah, they can't even get right a show that's just about a guy afraid to finish in his wife. Come on, how hard is that?
Yeah, that's hard.
Well, I know there's more to it than that. Yeah, but still. But I mean, great acting.
Once again, I told you that in confidence.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, here's the thing. We kind of already had the great coronation pledging to Rhaenyra at episode 10 of season 1. So
Yeah,
it's like a repetition. That's
Yeah.
also what's a little bit annoying about this. Like if they'd have had this right after Daemon had gotten all the banners coming to him, and then Rhaenyra shows up, they just make it up that Rhaenyra's going to fly over and everyone go, yay, that's fine. But this is after all the bullshit we've been seeing in the last 6-7 episodes.
Also, how tall is this prick? Because I
Repetition.
noticed that when he was standing next to Daemon, he was towering over him, and now it looks like he's still standing up.
It's 6 inches, I think.
Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. McQueen, I don't want it.
Oh,
I don't want it.
Yes, they literally had him say McQueen. They
Yes.
had him say McQueen. They fucking had Daemon say McQueen. They turned him
McQueen.
into a meme.
Oh, here's Tina. Leave me again.
McQueen.
I love you, Tina. And I actually did like this moment, and then it pissed me off.
Yeah, I agree with you that in isolation, a lot of these things are actually very good. I even said that about episode 7. If that was the only episode and you forgot everything else, it was actually a rather good episode. I like
There you go. Look at him. He's leaving the coward. Look.
Yeah, like, hey guys, grab that dude. Look at him. He even looks back like, oh, I'll get you kids.
Why
Your
is he
damn
going? Never mind.
Dragon 2.
He's
Let me
going
go
off
the
to
hard way
betray everybody.
through everybody. But I love this. Why does that guy's sigil on his chest look like a Venus flytrap? Wait a minute. Go back to this dude, the old guy. When he does this, he does all the little clapping. It's hilarious. Let's see. Do they show it? Oh, maybe it was earlier. Don't worry about it. But I let it play out. I just want to see if he does it. Yeah, look at me, guys. That's our queen. Look at Yay! Yay!
I tell you, Simon Strong is.
I love
him
Simon
and
Strong.
Aegon and Larys are becoming my heroes.
Yep. Yeah, I knew who you meant. The trader guy. It does look like a Venus flytrap. What
Alfred.
family is he? Alfred.
Broom.
Boom or broom?
Oh,
Broomer?
Broom. Yeah. House Judas.
Hang on, I'll look it up.
Yeah, Broom. I think it was.
Yeah, with an E at the
Yeah,
end.
I'm looking up his house though.
Why does this house
Has-
have like a question mark?
He's a shot of a big long black thing.
There looks like there's no preview on a wiki of Ice and Fire for that. Huh. Go to House Broom. Unknown.
So I got a question for you. Is because I don't remember it. Is saying someone who likes to sail they're of Salton Sea, is that a common phrase? Because I've heard it 3 times in 3 episodes, and I never heard it anywhere else.
It was season 1. Yeah, Corlys has said it before. We are of salt and sea, you are of, fire and blood type thing.
Well, finally, it's
Okay, so,
nighttime for this day that they filmed everything together.
Yeah, probably.
Oh
the
my
last
God,
thing
she
they
might have a
filmed.
point. I think they might be. This is what I found, and there was 2 that showed it this way. The first ones to come up. That's their sigil. It is like a Venus flytrap. It looks like kind of like
that
one.
is funny.
That is pretty funny. Way to find
Feed
that
me,
one.
Seymour.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oops.
Alan's thick. They're so much older than they should be.
Bald guy looks
Yeah.
pissed
Oh,
all
I
the
know.
time. No, look, kind of
Yeah.
like he you can smell cat piss, but he's not sure
Yeah.
where it's coming from,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
making him angry.
Yeah. And he's looking out like, oh shit, I just pissed myself. I hope no one
Yeah,
notices.
it's like
Yeah.
must retain a neutral.
It's like, is
face,
that Musk
so-
me or someone else?
Mm-hmm. This was a good scene. Again, take this scene out. Him explaining to his father, well, being a bastard and what it was like growing up, having his dad walk by him in furs with his son and him fighting every day just to stay alive. Like, this was a great scene.
Well, it shows that everyone who we thought knew about it knows about it, so it's no longer a secret. They can stop treading around it.
Right. Like, let's get that part over with. Yeah, it is very
Yep.
bold and the beautiful.
Yeah.
You were eating sweetmeats and I wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. Look at
Try
him
shaving your
turning his
head
nose up to him.
at 9. Ooh, he's pissed. So I don't just get the crumbs of your favor. Dude, I'd be like, I'll take it.
I was about ready to say show it.
You know?
Gratitude.
Like, yeah, everybody died. It's your chance now. So shut the
Oh, wait,
frig up.
shh.
Oh,
Important
here
scene.
it is. She has to go to the bathroom real bad. I love it. It's like Sound of Music. She's just running.
Oh my gosh. I
Or
can't
like-
see it. There she
The
goes.
fucking laxatives.
Yeah, she just has
See,
to.
this
shit
is
her
how I
brains
fix
out.
season 3. I continue this scene all the
Mhm.
way up to it, and sheep still tortures her, and then it pans and you see Nettle over there dropping a sheep down, just going, "Stupid bitch."
Yeah,
Hey, I would forgive them everything if they
in
would
a
do
heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
And mushrooms there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're reading The Winds of Winter. Yeah, it's never happening.
that. Yeah. Well, Condal's
Yeah.
been far too defensive about
You
all
know,
this.
you-
We know what it
Yeah,
You know, if
right?
he if he goes to a restaurant, right, and leaves a tip, it will be a mushroom tip.
Oh. It's for steak.
Either
I'm
that or
not
he's got
sure I
leprosy.
get that, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, Billy Bob Sack. They cut my nettles
Small talk.
too.
That was like, I remember when we were talking about it, I was just like, you said, who are you looking forward to the most? And I said, Daemon, Nettles, and Mushroom.
Yeah.
I got,
And you got none of them.
technically-
And you got none
Technically,
of
I've
them.
got none of them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so bad. All right, just play this out because we're gonna close it off. I have to be up at 2:30 a.m. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you got a different accent again.
Oh no, is it that? Oh,
You
Yeah,
are
I didn't
the
even watch
one,
this scene.
my queen. You are. Yeah, she's too. I just feel
Out of
bad.
all the actors that are on here, she was one of the first people to be nominated for an award.
Are you serious?
Yep.
I didn't-
Saturn Awards don't mean shit anymore.
Uh,
yeah, they buy them.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Would you-
here it is.
Oh, this is the worst.
The worst part about it was I thought it was going to be Lady Misery again, because instead of saying answer, she said come. I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Do you get it? She said the same line that Rhaenyra said when she snuck in to see her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And just kill my sons. Just give me my daughter.
yeah,
Yeah, after she talks Aegon into taking the throne,
Right.
starts
going
the
off
whole
to
civil
war.
She's
Yeah.
just ready to like, yeah, go ahead and take them. I don't really care.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See, they keep ironically trying to like whitewash their characters and end
Yeah.
up doing the exact opposite.
And she
They
even
make them
says
into
in
assholes.
right.
Yeah.
And she even says something in here where it was like, no matter what, he would have been pushed to being, the king. It wasn't my fault. And technically, her father told her that, like, no matter if you came to us or not, we were going to make him king anyways. But she like now believes like that's her story now.
yeah.
Like-
But all it has to take is for her to say that's not my husband's wish.
Mm-hmm. But she didn't.
All she says, well, he confirmed Rhaenyra upon death. Like,
So
and
many
then
other
Otto would have
times.
sent her to a nunnery. I mean, that would have
Yeah,
been easy.
but
No,
at least
nobody
she
heard
would
of
have.
Alicent again.
Yeah, well,
so. Also,
She's
I
gonna
like
be
the
heard
fact
of
that she
great.
slips in here. She slips in here. Oh yeah, by the way, I also screwed around. But don't worry,
Yeah.
don't worry about what I did.
Yep.
Yeah,
I banged your ex.
yeah.
Floppy seconds.
Yeah.
Well, no, I banged your dad. Like, I mean, that's bad enough to begin with.
Oh yeah.
Eh.
So yeah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah.
Shut
And then
up.
she says, "How about I get off with everything that I want,
Yes.
and you can have the crown? And don't worry, we're definitely not going to start a rebellion or anything like that if you let
No.
all of us live."
No.
Yeah, she's
And then
like, she's saying, "Oh, I want to go walk around in the woods," and then
Right.
Rhaenyra actually ends up calling her out, saying like, "What are you doing? Like, you started this."
What
Yeah,
happens if you run into a man? That's almost as dangerous as running into a bear.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Did
Like,
not go ahead.
yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I'm looking for mercy from my friend who once loved me." I'm like, "You aren't friends.
Yeah.
You stopped being friends years ago."
Yeah. This scene was stupid because they changed it to Alicent forcing Aegon to be king. Yeah, and
Damn right.
and making fun of him till he goes and flies into battle and gets himself effed up. And now she's willing to sacrifice him for just her and her daughter getting out scot free. And she probably was already
mean,
like,
in-
oh my
in
God,
all
that's all she
fairness-
asked for.
Daemon was a bastard. Oh, what a terrible son! Like, she knows Daemon's coming to King's Landing,
Yeah.
so she knows. She's like, "Okay, how's my son? Oh, he's very good. He's kind. Cool.
Yeah.
He's gonna die."
And I love how they like bring, oh, I'm biting my nails again because I'm nervous.
She's stressed. Leave her alone. You have no idea what it's like being a bitch.
Yeah.
It is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
It can be
It's
lonely.
a rough one to watch.
The only
I
correct
don't.
thing that Alicent should have done was to shut the fuck up and let Otto kill all of them, Rhaenyra and all of them, and then that would have
Mhm.
actually been the best thing for the realm.
Yep.
Otto was right. Hashtag.
Yep. Make it quick and easy.
Also, for the love of God, did you learn nothing last time you had someone sneak in? You know what? I reckon something bad's gonna happen to it, Dragonstone. I'm just calling it now. Actually, you know
No,
what? Probably
she's going to
nothing
fast
will.
travel back home and everything
Yeah.
will be fine.
Like how? Like there's no security in anything.
No. Yeah, right? After not crying for her grandson's death and crying for Helaena and putting her son's head as a prize, are they making her into a medieval misandrist or misandrist? Yeah. Dude,
Yeah, that was
first of all, but they're also setting it up again for them to have quarrel because, Larys is smuggling out Aegon. So, Rhaenyra is going to be like, you set me up.
So this is also the thing. Like they made a specific point about having to search all the boats that leave because they're all, he said all the boats without question of the visa. Yet Larys knows this, so his smart thing is he takes the king inland.
Yeah.
Does it that way. Yet she goes by boat.
Yeah. I mean,
and doesn't get checked. Like they can't even keep their own internal story correct.
Right. How they smuggled her through. It's just dumb.
He's broken beyond recognition. I haven't seen. I saw him once, and he called for my name, so I left.
Well, like Days of Our Lives, he waited until she was out the door that he finally said it.
Oh, that face.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, and they look at all this time they're wasting.
I mean, this and the Thailand portion, like so much time. Yeah.
Remember when they marketed season 2 as this is going to be all out war,
right? Yeah, you said that before. Like,
no. There was the other part. It was an all-out warning that this show's going to suck now. There was just the other part of it was on the other part of the page.
So Ray J, thank you for being here. Hopefully you're a subscriber. It says Condell said this scene was to humble Alicent. They think having Alicent give up her whole family to die would make people like her. So basically, if you support Rhaenyra, you're automatically morally good. Like, it's just dumb. Like this scene, first of all, her saying a son for a son after they killed her grandson. And
well, this is
like, what
she
did you
didn't
bring
say
that
anything.
Up? No, no, it's like
what she should have said was fine, but I get your oldest grandchild.
Yeah, right.
If you want to make it even, fine. A son for a son and a grandson for a grandson. If you truly talk, if you want to talk about sacrifice and everything like that, then you be willing to do it too.
Yeah, I agree. Condell and Sarah Hesh need to go. Sarah Hesh writes the worst freaking episodes.
It doesn't matter at this point because the damage has been done.
Yeah, and also
but look, they're both crying.
Yeah, but also don't forget, no matter what they decide, history's already written. You know what I mean? Like there's no free will. So why are they even worrying?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get to the best line. Dumb. Oh.
But what is it? Just say it.
Where she says that the realm will remember you as something else.
Yeah, the realm will remember you like how the history book remembers, like how they kind of report on her in Fire and Blood. That's what she's saying. Like they're not going to remember that you sacrificed all this. They're going to remember you as a horrible person. Like that's how they're trying to justify what they're doing in the show, because history will write whatever they want.
Yeah.
This
they're actually undermining the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're both on it, Ray J. I didn't watch it.
I watched it. It was absolutely absurd. That was when they just kept saying we want it. We. It was we, us.
So it's now CNS instead of D&D. CNS. Condell and Sarah.
I've said it once. I've said it twice. I'm going to say it one more time just for fun. There's a lot of people that if they don't start condemning us, they owe Benioff and Weiss an apology.
Yeah.
No one owes them an apology.
Yeah, that's true. They suck as much as they do.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is,
I know
is
what
like,
you mean.
why are you shitting on Benioff and Weiss, but excusing it of Condell and Hess? That's just not.
But don't forget, the majority of them did defend Benioff and Weiss even after the finale of season 8, until they realized, okay, everybody else hates it. We can now do that. They should have done, like, I would have liked to learn more about Cregan. There's other characters we could have grown, and like now if people die, you don't even know them, so you don't even care. The show didn't do enough with. That's the one thing Game of Thrones did well, was show you different characters in different areas and let you, even if they're only in for a season, like the Red Viper, like you get to know them well enough where if they die or something happens, you feel for that character. In this show, it's like, no, I don't know anybody outside of a handful of people in this show, and I don't really care.
Mhm.
You know, like the disdain they have for Rhaenyra, you know, her counsel and what may happen. I don't know if it does, but the idea that when it does happen, I won't feel anything for the characters doing that to her because I don't know
I don't
them
give
well
a
enough.
shit about any
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
I liked Daemon in season 1, and then he had a personality change.
Yep. Complete 180.
Condyloid, that's what I'm going to call him.
Hey, guys, in 2 years, you're going to see a battle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Episode 9.
This whole season was that. Some bullshit.
Yeah, he's like really contributed to everything this season.
Yeah. He
Just-
got
he- I mean,
he got neutered.
you know, if they wanted to save money, just have him show up in the last episode and have his fucking vision. That's
Mhm.
it. That's all he's
Mhm.
done this season.
Yep. It could have been one episode.
Or have it like they don't know what he's been doing, and then the last episode you see him gathering the armies, having the visions, and do all that, so you know. Also,
just leave him
why is there
out.
only horses in the pen down here? Where's the rest
What's
of the
that?
horses? They've got all.
There's
They've got,
another
they got
pen.
two horses down.
No, go up a little bit from there.
Oh,
There's
that one
another
there,
pen.
yeah.
So they got like 4 or 5 horses.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
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 That'll
Budget, bro. Budget. All right, just play it out because I got to get going.
Yeah. Yeah, they would have saved a lot of money on the Matt Smith budget. Oh, slow
Right there.
walking.
Right there, I thought she was going to be a faceless man. I was
that
like,
would
oh
be
my God.
Yeah.
Like, rip off her face and she's somebody else. That would have been great. Oh, that's so
like
terrible.
you know, the Varys
Yes.
and Dorne thing
Yes.
all over again. It's
Yep.
identical.
Yep.
I
Danny
have
coming
no
back.
idea how he was able to stand up on that boat when it was swaying like that. That's how much
Yeah.
of a Chad Tylen is.
Thailand, the Chad. I think there's a case to be made that season 8 was better than. Ooh, I don't, Johnny. That's a tough one. Next week when we go over a whole review of the season or something, we'll put that one. Remind me to put that up as a poll. I'm going to put that up on Twitter right now.
Oh.
That's a great poll.
Cool ships, though. You know, battle. Oh, here we go. The hills are alive. I don't want to sing it and get
I got
copyright.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
it
She's
came
a
out.
horrible actress.
It came out. Oh God, it's coming down my leg.
Oh look, a dragon! I'm shocked, even though
Yeah.
I looked for one.
I've been chasing this bastard for how long? And then this, it's like, wait a minute. what?
Auto, random auto.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what?
So
You know what? That shot was made to make people go, "Oh my God, who put him in a cage?" I can't believe it. But the reaction most people had was like, "Okay, so he's in the cage. How?"
Yeah.
Right. It just fell flat. I've been seeing it all over Twitter.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't make sense who would have him. That's the point. It's such a
Well-
dumb thing.
so before we move on to Otto, is that dragon 100% sheep stealer?
We
Is there
don't.
The way which is talking about the spikes on its head and everything like
Yeah.
that, yes.
Yes.
Because the
All right.
cannibal is fucking massive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The cannibal's I think the 3rd or 4th biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the
So,
only other option is what? Gray Ghost?
And
yeah.
and,
or
again,
they
yeah.
just make up a new dragon.
Oh God.
Oh, that's a cheese clip. Yeah, he's a great guy.
That's a sausage
But-
exploder.
Yeah,
So
that his son warming hands.
yeah. But like, is the implication with Otto that he's with the Tyrells, because they have a lady regent right now, right? Am I remembering
Mm,
They
correctly?
usually do.
Is it? a
I don't
lady
even know
regent?
what they're
I
trying to
don't-
say. That's the whole thing.
Because-
Is that it's
yeah.
just
Because he
So
said he's
random.
going to stop at Highgarden, and I think I remember reading that they had a mother that was the regent at this time, and she's
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I'm a lady. I can't possibly make an army." So maybe he like made her mad. She threw him in a cage.
You never know.
Yeah, but that's not Otto's character. He's so full of decorum and everything like that. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense, and it makes no sense that it would be Team Green, because if it was Team Green, he would be dead. It's not Larys, because there's no point in Larys doing that, because that's only going to go against, everything. That's basically giving him a death sentence.
Well, unless the Tyrells are mad for them, usurping the throne without the Tyrells permission, they kind of operated
Yeah, but
without
the
their
Tyrells side
liege.
with the Blacks, so that doesn't make any sense either.
Well, and the whole
Okay.
thing is, we shouldn't even have to be doing this. If they're doing their job, I mean, we shouldn't have to pull way out of where the sun don't shine to try to explain a scene. It's
So remember, season 1 ended with Rhaenyra staring off into the distance or into the camera, and now it's Alicent's turn.
Yep.
Next season they'll be doing it together, but it'll be mirrored. You watch.
oh dear.
Oh crap.
I've seen this interpreted. Someone was saying that, see, Alicent's free. That's why she's looking out over the ocean, and Rhaenyra's in a cage. Oh, there we go. There off they go. He was actually snuck off in a cod cart, actually.
Yeah.
Of fish, yeah. I thought I had to clarify that, considering all the penis talk. Yeah, see, look, freedom! Look, she's free. She's no longer being shown with bars around her. And Rhaenyra.
And the music's like, It's really
That's Rhaenyra's theme.
Actually, I just thought about
it's not Rhaenyra's theme. It's very similar to it, but it's like a bastardization of it.
Okay.
So, the music is this. I think it's called Jaehaerys's Crown. So it's like a mix up of a bunch of different house themes, I think. But I just thought about this. Alicent's the messaging for Alicent this season is kill your kid so you can be free.
Yep.
Dude, it is. It is a post abortion, post life abortion scenario.
Yeah.
Her children weighed her down, and then she gets rid of her children, and she can now be free.
Well, that's what they said they were going to be doing. That's what they were trying to show with the season 1 bursts as well. It's like, I don't think you all are portraying the message you think you are. This is not a good thing.
It's I don't even know what to say anymore. It's so just.
Let's
see what
really
happens.
Really bad in the royal family.
All right. Last question, and then we're going to end it. So thank you everybody for being here. And we'll start with Grant and go across. Grant, season 3, is it redeemable or is it going to be even worse?
No, it's gonna be not a worse season, but it's not going to be a better season. It's going to be the definition of a mid-season. We're going to get one battle at the beginning, one semi-battle at the end, and then everyone else is going to forget about the stuff in the middle and then just be like, "Oh no, that was good. These were good." So it's just going to be plainly boring and average.
Yep. Okay. Teresa?
Season 6. It'll be season 6.
Oh, it's done. It's finished. I was saying this before this episode even aired, but I could not have dreamed that they could have put the nail in the coffin any harder than tying it in with 5 through 8 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh man, Mason.
So this episode was, I think it said it was the lowest rated episode in Game of Thrones since season 8. So in all of, I don't know if it was all of season 8 or since season 8 ended, but it's the worst rated one in House of the Dragon. So maybe they'll do some course correcting. I think we could still get a decent season 3. I don't know, that they've certainly put problems into it.
Right.
So I don't know how well they can fix it, but they can try and hopefully get some good stuff.
We'll see. Yeah. We shall see. All right. Thank you, buddy. Tina?
I think season 3 will be much of the same because I unfortunately don't think they're going to rewrite whatever it is that they already have written. I do think that we will get 3 good episodes, likely Battle of the Gullet, Red Fork, and Fall of King's Landing.
Yep.
And when we get to see all our dragons and stuff, and isn't that pretty? Isn't it cool? And then otherwise it'll be much of the same.
Right.
They're treating it like a soap opera. It just reminds me of that you move from, you can be having the same dinner conversation for 6 weeks because you see 5 minutes at a time of a bunch of different scenes.
True. Okay. Stig.
As far as having a solid story, the train has left. It's gone. We can get cool scenes, right? But it seems to me that today's audience, simply because shows have been really poorly written, the audience will cheer for single events. Blindly cheer for single events while ignoring the story in between them.
Okay.
Right. So it's the dangle the keys, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Disney Star Wars made a career out of it. Just, oh yeah, wow, Vader, so cool, right? But
he's got
everything around it is just pure drivel.
Yeah.
And I think the audience. It's easy to blame the writers, but when you have an audience that'll swallow anything, you don't have to make a lot of effort making dinner for them, do you?
Right.
But I still think we're gonna get some good scenes and all that, but I don't care. Actually, it's gonna be 2 years. I don't give a damn. There's so many other shows that I haven't seen that I know are good and they're finished and they got wrapped up well, and I have enough stuff to watch for decades, really. So I'm fine with it. I'm just hoping they don't screw up the show based on Joe Abercrombie's book.
Yeah.
So far, that one's looking good, actually.
I hope so, man.
They seem to be nailing the casting so far.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. I have the books. See. I think if George Martin's smart, he will dish out the Winds of Winter very soon, so he can do all kinds of FUs to the show writers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
I think that's a motivator for him, especially now with no dragons in the Vale. I wouldn't be surprised if if he dishes out a line in the book where they say, oh, you think there's dragons in the Vale? That's stupid, or something like that.
Don't you know anything about dragons?
Yeah,
right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He did say he was going to explain the Dragon Rider stuff though in the Winds of Winter. So
we shall see, guys. All right, I got to get going, but I put a link to our Hilts Hurt live stream right now. They're crushing it. They got like over 400 people watching right now live, and they're good dudes. So go over there, let them know I sent you. And I hope everybody has a good evening. Check out Mason. Let's get him over 100 subs. Teresa and her great streams lately have been amazing. Teresa, what do you got this week?
Well, probably some more House of the Dragon lore stuff, and also see me start to bring back my Tolkien, and who knows, maybe just some random things about fantasy or anything that makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or really ticks me off.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Mason, anything you want to share?
No, I just I'd appreciate if anybody would like to sub to me. Yeah.
I love when you do your ending. It's so good.
Yeah, I got a couple ideas for some videos to make. We'll see if I could get them done in a timely manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate anybody that does sub to me. If not, it's all right. There's plenty of time to change your mind.
All right, guys.
Just find you, hunt you down.
Yeah, and just burn you. Grant, anything?
Nope, just tuning next week. We're going to do some trivia.
All right, cool. And Tina?
Yeah, I got nothing. If I get some free time, I might do a second video as an anniversary, 1 year anniversary of the first video. But
sweet.
Life's been busy and sucky and whatever. But now I don't have to watch House of the Dragon, so that gives me another hour back a week. So maybe I can do something with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. And Stig, you don't really any of your friend streams you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a monthly stream with Mora on Wednesday, or a weird news thing where we talk about people who think they saw Bigfoot and whatever. And I think last time there was someone who claimed they'd seen a UFO filling up gas at a gas station in Vegas. So
Once again, I told you that in confidence.
Yeah, sorry. And next week we're doing the top 10 favorite movies of 1990.
Oh, sweet.
So
That's
that's
awesome.
it. And then nothing for a month again.
Nice. Well, I am glad you all were here. We'll be back next week, maybe to do like a a season review, maybe like what we think might happen in season 3, even though it's so far from the books. And maybe we'll just do theories, our Song of Ice and Fire theories, or talk about another fantasy. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But until then, everybody, I hope you have a great night. Treat one another sweetly or something. And always, always remember.
Where's the best place for content on the world of Ice and Fire?
Right over there. See where I am pointing with my dagger? I just found
Sporking News Podcast with me, Sporking.